It's day 2 of the Arkansas Baseball State Championship weekend. It's the 6A State Championship. Springdale Har-Ber and Rogers going at it. The Mounties, their 4th ever trip to the championship game. Har-Ber making their 8th trip to the title matchup. Trying to make it back-to-back championships here at Bear Stadium here on the campus of the University of Central Arkansas. We're excited. Welcome to the booth. I'm JB Brazil alongside Kevin Bohannon. Kevin, these are two teams that know each other well, and quite frankly, they've split on the year, split the last 2 years, 2 for 2 over the last 2. This is a big one for both sides.
Absolutely. Rogers is 30-2 the last 2 seasons in the 6A West Conference. Both of those losses are to Springdale Har-Ber. Both these teams are 2 of the best in Class 6A the last 2 seasons. It's only fitting we get to see them in the title game today.
Well, Springdale Har-Ber, the Wildcats will be the visiting team, and they've got a guy who's committed to play at the next level,
That's
Ross
right.
Felder.
Yeah, Ross Felder, of course, he committed to the University of Arkansas when he was 14 years old. He's going to start at shortstop today. He's hitting .321 on the season, 16 RBIs, but it's what he's done on the mound the last 2 years. This year especially, that's put the Wildcats in this position. He's 9-1 on the season, 75 strikeouts, 26 walks, and a little over 53 innings pitched, JB.
He's really, really good, but he's going to face off against the Rogers team. They've got a guy by the name of Caleb Champion. He's another really good play for them.
Absolutely. Coach Matt Nelson said this guy is the best defender he's ever seen. We know with the big outfield today that he'll have to patrol the big green ocean. Champion is hitting .326 on the year. He's a 30-30 guy, JB. 33 runs scored, 30 stolen bases. He'll get to run down in the outfield today.
A large crowd on hand. Hey, this is a 1 o'clock game. They got to get back for graduation later tonight. So, assuming that there's no stoppage of play, we'll get this game in, the 6A title game. Graduation, that's a pretty good crowd knowing that they got to get back up to Northwest Arkansas after this.
That's right, and both of these teams senior loaded. We talked about in the beginning of the broadcast, Springdale Har-Ber has 9 players signed to play college baseball at the next level, led by Ross Felder, of course, going to the U of A.
So Rogers, the home team. Taylor will be on the bump, and here's a lineup that he'll face in Har-Ber. Well, Ross Felder, the guy that we highlighted, he'll lead things off at shortstop. Dylan Gibson, Luke Cornelison, the starting pitcher for the Wildcats. Back to the 3-hole. It'll be Brady Smith, Braden Sprague, and Caleb Smith, 4, 5, 6. Caleb Chola, Davis Dyer, and Luke Altum round out the order. And then defensively, Rhett Richardson will be in at third for Har-Ber. It's important to get off to a hot start. This was a 3 seed coming into the tournament where the Wildcats, they won 3 in a row. Rogers got the bye. Hey, it doesn't really matter. You get a week's rest. It's all hands on deck for this game, and it comes down to this. Defensively for Rogers, behind Taylor, it'll be Hudson Hennigan, Zach Lawning, Jacob Watson, Reese Barriola left to right of the infield, Bryson McIntosh, Caleb Champion, Caden Shuckman, and Aiden Linson behind the dish. But we talked about, hey, having that week-long rest, everybody's going to be on go today.
That's exactly right. And Jake Taylor threw in the semifinals against Bryant. It was an 8-1 win. Taylor on the year, 9-0, 78 strikeouts, and a little over 63 innings pitched. Teams are only hitting 175 against him this year.
Whew. Well, he's going to have a good lineup to face. Again, these teams know each other very well. 3rd time this year they faced. This one's the one that matters most. You can almost look at it as a best-of-3 series in a lot of different ways. Who wants it most today? Rogers, the favorite in terms of seeding. They got the bye to begin the state tournament. Har-Ber having to go through the 3 seed, winning 3 straight. We're just about set. We'll take a look at our umpiring crew for the 6A title game. Ian Hewitt will be the home plate umpire. He will be manning balls and strikes. Dennis Marshall, the first base umpire, and Derek Lewis will be patrolling things over on the 3rd baseline. Congratulations to those 3.
Yeah, 3 vets.
That's pretty awesome to be able to call 6A state title game. Marshall was actually at first. He was home plate umpire in the 3A state title game a year ago. Well, here we go. Jacob Taylor gets the sign. And the 6A state title game is underway. First pitch, fastball right down Broadway, 106. The official start time here in Conway, Arkansas, 77 degrees at first pitch. And the lefty going to work again, missing down and in to the top of the lineup, Ross Felder.
Yeah, what you're going to get with Jake Taylor, the velo won't blow you away, but he will pound the zone, work in and out, got good arm side run with that fastball, works like a 2-seam.
1-1 curveball stays up, and it's 2-1. Hitters count now to Felder.
Yeah, one thing to remember, JB, Ross Felder did not play in the early season series against Rogers, so he could be the X factor today.
Good pitch at the knees, taken by Felder. Kind of on the outer half, moving away. You see, the lefty from Taylor, that ball's going to move away from that right-handed hitter just a little bit. That was definitely a pitcher's pitch.
Yeah, Taylor can work all 4 quadrants, up, down, in, and out. It's going to be really important that they get on the ball today.
Opposite field grounder. Problems for the second baseman, Altum, or pardon me, Watson, but he throws him out at first.
Yeah, tricky play. We've seen the right side of the infield. They're playing back on that lip where it turns from turf into grass. Needs to attack that ball a little bit better right there. Get the replay right here. Felder going with the pitch. Good 2-strike approach. Taylor staying down in the zone. That's the key to getting this Har-Ber lineup out early in the game.
That ball was hit sharply.
Yeah, good recovery right there at second base.
Yeah, and that's a play that a lot of times you can get away from you, but he stayed in front, gets the out. And the first out of the 6A state title game is recorded. Glad you're with us. If you're just joining us, Har-Ber, the away team, looking to make back-to-back state championships. Rogers trying to win their first title since 21, their only title in 2021. Dylan Gibson with a ground ball to the third baseman. Hennigan, his throw across the diamond is true. And just like that, 2 ground outs for Jacob Taylor, and he's an out away from working a 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, Taylor just a sophomore on the year. He was All-State as a freshman last season. The last 2 years, he is 17-2 as a pitcher. See right there, he's going to stay down in the zone. Har-Ber has to work through the baseball right there. They can't just pound it into the turf all day, or Taylor will eat them up.
So now it brings in the starting pitcher for the Wildcats, Luke Cornelison, hitting .276 on the year, 4 bombs with 25 runs driven in. He ties for a team lead, 25 runs driven in with 2 other individuals. So they got production 1 through 9 in this lineup.
That's exactly right. They've only hit 7 home runs this year, with Cornelison having 4 of them. But like you said, they've got 3 or 4 guys with over 20 RBIs.
Cornelison trying to go opposite field, puts a charge into this one, down the line, in foul ground. Shuckman tracks it down for Rogers, and Taylor works a 1-2-3 frame onto the bottom of the first. Rogers trying to strike first.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
I was actually right behind Jimi Hendrix's bell bottom there.
So the 70s fashion blocked your head out of this photo.
Exactly.
From bondage to battle.
What do you make of him?
It changes the game for my family.
I wish the American public understood war the way warriors understand war.
It's not just another job. You're going in a hot area and someone's gonna die.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car, to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
1, 2, 3, turn it up! Whoa. What's going on in here? Let's go!
Welcome back to the City of 3 Colleges here at Bear Stadium on the campus of University of Central Arkansas. Rogers working a 1-2-3 frame and look to scratch some runs across. Here's their lineup. Zach Lawing will lead things off on a 17-game on-base streak. This guy can rake .394 hitter. Watson Barriola to follow, and then Champion, Taylor, and Hennigan. 7, 8, 9 will be Ty Robinson, Aiden Linson, and Bryson McIntosh, and then Caden Shuckman, who made that play out there in right field to end the top of the first. And defensively against Luke Cornelison, the righty for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and talk about Zach Lawing, a righty shortstop, leadoff man with a little bit of pop. He's got 2 home runs, 26 RBIs. He gets on base at a .605 clip, JB.
That's so impressive. He'll try to find a way to get on against a really good defensive lineup in the Wildcats. Rhett Richardson, Ross Felder, Luke Altum, and Caleb Smith left to right on the infield. Braden Sprague, Dylan Gibson, and Brady Smith patrol the outfield left to right. Caleb Chola is the catcher. Cornelison the pitcher for the Wildcats. Har-Ber unable to produce anything in the top of the first. They're looking to do much of the same on the defensive side. Cornelison trying to retire a tough order, but Zach Long will lead things off. Coach Melson talked about Rogers and the way they play. They're just a scrappy bunch. They find ways to get outs.
They are. When they get off, it's like he said, when they get off the bus, they're not going to look like world beaters like Har-Ber will, but they play fundamental, sound baseball, and that will win a lot of games like it has the last 2 years. They're 54-6 the last 2 years.
Coach Melson talked about Long, says he's probably the best overall hitter on the team. Will likely play third base at the next level, but shortstop here at this level. First pitch missing outside.
What we can expect from Luke Cornelison today, the fastball is going to work 87, 89. He's been up to 90, 91 this season. Good slider. He's working on the changeup, but he'll try to pound that zone with that fastball.
Right on cue, Mr. Kevin Bohannon is Cornelison with the fastball in the strike zone. You talked about Cornelison and his numbers, 8-1 with a 1.44 ERA. He's got an 87-36 strikeout to walk ratio. Very good with his control, and he's got swing and miss stuff.
Yeah, and this is a young man. He's a junior this season. Did not pitch a whole lot last year. You know, they have Gavin Moore. They had Dylan Gibson. Cornelison came into this season. They've used him a lot more, and he's really stepped up taking the challenge.
Boy, he can certainly shove. Inside hand sawed him off as it's popped foul out of play by Lawing. You know, Coach Melson talked about Cornelison as pitcher, said he really grew up on spring break against Christian Brothers, had a really good outing, and his confidence has soared since then.
Yeah, Coach Helmkamp was really, gave him a lot of accolades going into that one. He really grew up after that one. You can tell he's really become a pitcher.
Coach Dustin Helmkamp, the head Wildcat. Yeah, that's right, a lot of high praise for Cornelison. But Long, good job in the batter's box. He's worked the count full here in the home half of the first. And he spoils another one foul.
Yeah, that's what you want out of your leadoff guy. Never an easy out, like you said, 394 average, getting on base 60% of the time. We talked about it yesterday. We're going to see some high on base percentages this weekend. Lawing, one of the best in the state.
Knows how to work a count, a good quality at bat to begin the offensive side of things for Rogers, and that one gets away from Cornelison. Leadoff walk for Long. The first base runner of the 6A state title game goes to Rogers.
You know, we talked with Dustin Helmkamp before the game about who was going to start, and he said Luke Cornelison. Ross Felder started last year's championship game. Ross is their ace, was last year, he was this year. He started the season, had a back injury that was kind of nagging him. He went, March 16th was his first full outing. He threw a no-hitter on spring break.
That's pretty good, coming back from injury right there, Kevin. But he goes with Cornelison today. Again, a state title game like this, if things don't go well, expect a short leash, knowing that Felder's ready to go.
That's exactly right, and it's good that Cornelison right here, his goal is to get ahead of these hitters, pound the strike zone with that fastball. We know Rogers is going to run a lot. We talked with Coach Melson. They want to put pressure. They're not going to hit the ball out of the yard. They're not going to play gorilla ball, but they're going to put pressure, and that's one thing that the junior is going to have to keep in the back of his mind. Keep the traffic off the base paths.
Jacob Watson standing in with a .311 average, 1 home run, 19 runs driven in, 2 for 5 in the state tournament on a 3-game hitting streak. Rogers got some guys that can hit the baseball. That one's bounced in the turf, but a nice job behind the dish from Caleb Chola, and he keeps Long at first.
That's one thing about Caleb Chola. He's a workhorse back there. He's not very big, only about 5'8", but very good defensively. He's going to go to Central Missouri next year to play for the Mules. Very good Division II program.
They're getting a good one in Caleb Chola, I can tell you that. Cornelison checks on Long at first. You know that's part of the MO for Rogers, liking to steal, and that's going to have to be in the back of Cornelson's mind to keep checking on those runners.
That's right. He's going to have to be quick to the plate. Yesterday we talked about if you're 1-6 or better, you have a chance. You got to give your catcher a chance to throw those guys out at second base when they take off.
Second consecutive pickoff attempt. And you mentioned in the broadcast previously yesterday, there's many pickoff moves as you want, unlike the major leagues.
Yeah.
Snap back throw to first to Long, nearly got him. That was a nice heads-up play from Chola. Caught Long off the bat just a little bit, but his speed, he dives back in.
Yeah, catch this on a replay. He got out there a little too far, slipped on the turf. Good job right there. Almost got him on that back pick. It's one thing, Chola is very quick behind the plate.
Hitters count. They'll try a pickoff move again. Boy, certainly want you to check on Lawing a good bit. That's the fourth toss to first base. 3 from Cornelison, 1 from Chola to check on Lawing. The Mountie second baseman takes that one high, and all of a sudden, Cornelson's in jeopardy of putting 2 aboard with nobody out.
Yeah, a little up in the zone right there. You're going to get a true college zone. You got a couple of guys that really fill it up. You're not going to get too much off the plate up and down.
That one bounces away. Ball 4 doesn't matter. Chola going back to retrieve it, but back-to-back free passes, and that's not the start Cornelison wanted.
No, and he, like you said, he worked ahead of 2 hitters, but lost them there at the end. Needs to settle down a little bit. How much is this turf, messing with him right now? That's one thing that these guys got to get used to out there. You see Ross Felder, the veteran shortstop coming in. He's been here before. Get in his head, make the adjustments, go after him. They're still okay right now. Runners on first and second. If they get a 2-ball right here, they're right back in it.
So it brings in the Mountie first baseman, Reese Barriola. 24 runs driven in, second best on the club. 286 average, 2 for 6 in the state tournament. He's on a 5-game on-base streak as well. This 1 through 4 hitters have been on base quite a bit in the last handful of weeks. First lefty that Cornelison will face. Barriola squaring, but takes it low.
Yeah, one thing, this lineup will bunt 1 through 9. Coach Melson knows that, like we said, they're not going to hit the ball out of the ballpark very much, but they got guys that can control the bat, control the barrel, get the runners in scoring position, knock them in. With your cleanup hitter, Caleb Champion up, good spot for Barriola to bunt right here.
Cornelison just trying to settle down and find the strike zone. Bunted up, foul ground. Chola got room up against the netting. What a play from Caleb Chola for out number 1.
Yeah, backfired right there. And we talked about it yesterday in the 1A broadcast. You got to keep that barrel square. You got to keep it level to up. You drop that barrel, bad things happen. You take a replay right here. You see the barrel drop below his hands. That's when you start seeing the ball fly up. Chola knows this background. He knows the foul territory here. He's caught here before, whether it be showcase or high school championship last year. Very smart catcher back there, knows where the fence is.
Well, here's our player highlight. Caleb Champion, 3 for 7 in the state tournament, 2 runs driven in, a 326 average. The cleanup hitter for the Mounties, going to try to scratch across the game's first run.
Yeah, Coach Melson talked about a guy who can absolutely fly. He's a 6'4", 60 guy. There's not too many of those in the state. Think of Slade Caldwell. He's a 6'3" guy. That's elite speed at the high school level.
When you got a guy batting that 4 spot, that's incredible. Now they're going to try to take off for third base. Got him leading. Lawing.
Be interesting to see if the umpire
call
calls
transition?
him out on transfer. Yep, looks like that's what it was. Looks like they got the tag down. Good inside move right there by Cornelison. Runner just decided he made sure, and yep, we got there in the transition. That's a clean out.
So Lawing erased at third for the second out. He was dancing at second. Nice job by Cornelison with the inside move. He does not have to throw to second.
That's right.
And he gets the lead runner, and now he's an out away from running into trouble.
Yeah, one thing you'll see in our picture right here, the shortstop, Ross Felder, will be flashing in and out, okay? If you see open hand or glove hand, maybe a signal to Cornelison to pick right there. You see him tap the glove right there. He's just in his hip pocket, and Cornelison can read it.
Well, that's got Cornelison fired up. He pounds a fastball for a strike. Sometimes as a pitcher, when you start, you have a rocky start. If you have things go your way, it ignites confidence, and that's something that Cornelison, if he gets confidence and starts pitching that way, he is oh so tough to hit.
That's right, that last pitch. Look, I had a little tick up on the velo there.
Trying to put him away. 1-2, reared back and blew it by him. Cornelison with some juice. Scoreless through 1. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
There's this extraterrestrial quality to sperm whales. Join me, and together we'll turn back the pages of Earth's past to reveal the amazing wonders beneath our feet.
There's a lot more going on behind the scenes than you might expect.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family-owned, customer-friendly. Family-owned, no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. Buckle up, everybody!
We never gonna stop.
The Arkansas Department of Health is proud to support, spotlight, and celebrate Arkansas student-athletes and Arkansas PBS sports. Escape the vape. Learn more about the hazards of vaping at projectpreventar.org.
Well, after Jacob Taylor for the Mounties worked a 1-2-3 frame, we saw Cornelison run into some trouble but get out of it. Here's his head coach, Dustin Helmkamp. He's got to be pleased with Cornelison.
Yeah, Dustin Helmkamp, only the second coach in Har-Ber's history. He took over in 2019. He's a Springdale guy, born and raised, looking for his second straight state title as a head coach.
So Jake Taylor out for his second inning of work. 4-5-6 due up for the Wildcats. Brady Smith, Braden Sprague, and Caleb Smith. Brady Smith, a .264 hitter on the year, 3 doubles, 21 RBIs. Inside out, pops this one up into medium depth right field. Shuckman is there, and the leadoff batter is gone for the second consecutive inning.
Really good job by Taylor pounding the strike zone. We've talked about it. That's why he's able to go deep into these games and not have big pitch counts. He's had some games where he's not got out of the 80s in terms of pitch count this year and last year. So that's what you do. If you can, in high school baseball, if you can work ahead, pound the strike zone, you win a lot of games. And he's won 17 in his first 2 years in high school baseball.
It's a lot of wins. Braden Sprague, the 5-hole hitter, stands in, hacking at the first pitch, and he misses on the heater. Sprague, a .344 batting average. That's pretty good. 12 doubles on the year, so he's got some pop. 22 runs driven in. He's 3 for 7 in the state tournament thus far.
Yeah, Sprague's a Swiss Army knife. Started at first base last season. See, good breaking ball right there by Taylor. It's really the second time he's gone to that breaking ball. Talking about Sprague, really worked on his hitting in the offseason. He's going to go to Eastern Oklahoma State, a really good JUCO over there that's a national powerhouse about the last 5 years under Matt Parker, who moved on to the next level.
0-2, might have got some help from Taylor to the shortstop. Lawing's throw is on the money, and 2 are gone. Not sure if that hit Taylor off his foot. Whatever it carried did help Lawing.
Yeah, the good old 1-6-3 put away as they draw it up in the scorebook right there. But yeah, Sprague, good contact right there. If that wouldn't have hit, we don't know if it would have got through, but that was really good contact right there by Sprague, staying through the baseball. Yeah, that would have probably gotten through. Great job by Jake Taylor to get a cleat on it.
And a long, strong throw from Zach Lawing gets short. Standing in now for the Wildcats, Caleb Smith. Bases empty, 2 gone. Wildcats 0 for 5 in the lineup thus far. Sprague had the best opportunity with a nice drive up the middle, but off the carom, retired on the ground out.
A little different strategy right there by Taylor this time. Went with a first pitch changeup. First time we've really seen the changeup for him and come back with a fastball.
Smith was on that one, just missed it, fouled it back into the screen, and now it's 1-2. He will have to protect.
Hey, Caleb Smith hitting .392 on the season, leading the Har-Ber Wildcats. Talk about on-base percentage, .542. One of those guys with 25 RBIs. Really good guy to have in that 6-hole.
He's also got a home run. He tags this one to left field, carrying, but the ballpark will hold it as Bryson McIntosh tracks it down. There's a lot of other parks that one might leave the yard, but here at Bear Stadium, .330 to left. Not enough distance, and Taylor has retired all 6 batters he's faced. To the bottom of the second we go. We're still scoreless. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
this month on Arkansas PBS.
Just as a radio station is getting popular,
You know Peggy writes to that station twice weekly.
the DJ is electrocuted on the air.
I'm a woman alone, newly arrived in a dangerous town.
During a chess match, one of the competitors dies.
Lab found significant traces of poison on the White Queen.
But the team can't figure out how the killer did it.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
I'll do whatever it takes to protect my family. And part of taking care of them is using a bank that takes care of us. That's why I use Centennial Bank, a strong institution for an uncertain economy. I know them and I trust them. They have a strong financial foundation, which means that my money and our future is never in doubt. Life is busy, and there's plenty of things to worry about. My bank isn't one of them.
Centennial Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, through their 17 electric distribution cooperatives throughout Arkansas, is proud to support, spotlight, and celebrate Arkansas student athletes and Arkansas PBS Sport. For more information, visit aecc.com.
Well, we're still scoreless in the bottom of the second. Luke Cornelison out for his second inning of work. And he'll face Jake Taylor to lead things off. The starting pitcher for the Mounties. And you look at Coach Matt Melson, he's got to be pleased with his starting, is really his ace.
Absolutely. And, you know, we talked about whether he would go with Ty Anderson, the senior, or Jake Taylor, the sophomore. Coach Melson, like we said, 5 straight 6A West Conference titles. He's built a really good culture there over the last 7-8 years. I believe this is year number 12 for Melson at the helm. Built a winning tradition for the Mounties.
Well, we're glad you're with us. JB Brazil alongside Kevin Bohannon and the rest of our Arkansas PBS sports crew. Luke Cornelison ran into problems in the bottom of the first, walked to the first 2 batters, but he got an attempted bunt that was caught behind home plate, and then a runner caught on the base pass. That fueled him to a big strikeout, and he's looked good ever since.
That's right. And you got Taylor up right now, hitting 256. Hit really well in the state tournament. Coach Melson said he wanted to get him in no matter if he was pitching, he was going to hit today.
Taylor taking that heater up and in. Got a chance to help himself out here, trying to lead off the home half of the second with a base runner.
Cornelison has shown that he's going to establish, he's going to pound the zone inside on these lefties, get it in there on their hands, get it away from the barrel. He's just off on that inside corner right there.
Cornelson's got good location, and his delivery, got great mechanics, can get there quickly. There's a reason he's highly regarded across the sport of baseball.
A good clean arm path, that's what you want to see.
Little tapper to the left side of the infield. Third baseman Richardson scoops and throws, and the leadoff batter is gone to begin the bottom of the second.
Yeah, we talk about the jam shot right there. He's working inside to those lefties. He did it against Barriola in the first inning. Jam shot to third base right there. That's exactly what, if it was wood, if we were playing with wood out here, that's a broken bat right there. That's what you want to see out of your pitcher.
Richardson in defensively made a nice play. Here's Hudson Hennigan, the starting third baseman for the Mounties. Hennigan, a 239 guy with 13 RBIs. 0 for 5 in the state tournament, though, so he's looking for his first base hit. And he takes a nasty curveball for a strike.
Yeah, that off-speed pitch by Cornelison, it acts kind of like a slurve. It's got good late break, doesn't have a lot of bend in it. He throws it a little harder than a curveball, so he's got that little slurve action right there.
And when all you've seen is a lot of fastballs, he mixes it well. You're not looking for it. He's not going to go to it a ton, but it's a good pitch to mix in different counts, keeps him off balance, and now he's ahead 0-2 after coming back with a heater.
Yeah, really good show-me pitch. Keep, like we talked about yesterday, changing the eye level a little bit, slowing you down to speed you up.
Just missed, down and away.
Really good 0-2 pitch right there by Cornelison. Really good 0-2 pitch. Wouldn't surprise me if he goes back to that slider in this count right here or bust him in.
Hennigan got to protect. Curveball down and away. That's tough to lay off. Tip your cap to Hennigan. That's a good take from the hitter.
Yeah, what Cornelison's trying to do right there is break that, throw it off the outside edge of the plate and let it break off. Just didn't quite have it over where he needed to right there.
The counts run even. Missing again with a fastball, so after getting ahead, no balls, 2 strikes, Cornelsen has now run the count full.
Yeah, one of my pet peeves, number 1 is getting an 0-2 count, then hitting the guy. Number 2 is getting an 0-2 count, then 4 straight balls. So
Cornelsen trying to pound the zone. He does, and Hennigan spoils a good fastball over the outer part of the plate.
Yeah, these Rogers hitters do a great job. They're not easy outs, JB. That's the thing that Melson was talking about. Just spoil it off. Look, that's a fastball center cut right there. Live to fight another day if you didn't get a good swing on it.
So we'll do it again. 6th pitch of the at-bat. Same pitch, same result, out of play, and Hennigan hanging tough.
Yeah, Rogers traditionally the last 3 years not known as a team that will strike out a lot, and you're seeing that today. Working the counts, they've worked 3 full counts so far against Cornelsen.
A really good pitcher in the state of Arkansas. 2-2, or the payoff's high. Hennigan works the 8-pitch walk, and he's aboard.
Just like the first inning, we're going to have traffic on the bags now. Cornelsen has to have that in the back of his mind. Rogers a little too aggressive in the first inning. I know Coach Melson told him in between innings, look, we got to calm down a little bit, take what they're going to give us, but not be too aggressive.
That's the 3rd free pass of the outing for Cornelsen. Ty Robinson standing in a .357 hitter, 2 for 3 in the state tournament. Chops this up the middle. Try to get the lead out. Bang, bang at second base, but a nice job by Felder, ranging over to at least get the lead out. That's most important for Har-Ber. He did that, and there's 2 gone.
That's exactly right. Tough play right there. Good communication. The ball took a nasty hop right there at the end. You can see coming off the turf, and that was that slider by Cornelsen right there. Took a wicked hop right there. Good glove work, good footwork. And when you got a 92, 93 mile per hour arm, you got a chance anytime to turn 2 unassisted.
There's no doubt about that. Felder's got some velo from his shortstop position. But he did their smart thing, getting that first out, and then you could tell he gave it a ride to first base, but he wanted to make sure he had good control and threw an accurate throw to first.
That's right. Slow roller like that, if you have the chance as a shortstop to take it by yourself, that's what you definitely want to do. He's had enough reps there to do that.
A reminder that Cornelsen, the starter, Felder's normally the ace. He's at short. If Cornelsen runs into problems, likely Felder's the guy they go to next.
Yeah, they got a deep pitching staff. They got arms for days. Gavin Moore has been their closer this year. He's committed to Crowder Junior College, one of the 11 commitments or signees for Springdale Har-Ber.
My goodness, they got college talent all over the place. They'll go a snapback throw to first. If it had been accurate, it might have been a play.
Yeah, a little close right there. Rogers having a tough job keeping their feet under them. That's the second guy we've seen that slipped out there at first base. As a base runner, you always want to keep your feet between your shoulders out there. It's good to shuffle, jump, do what you got to do, but keep your feet under you at all times.
Aiden Linson working a 3-0 count. The .333 hitter has 14 runs driven in, but he draws the 4-pitch walk as that one sails up and in. The 4th giveaway by Cornelsen as he walks another.
Chodler going out to talk to his pitcher right now. Look, you got 2 outs. We've been in this situation. We're going to have a courtesy runner here in just a sec. Cornelsen just needs to settle down a little bit, attack the zone, use the fastball. He's overpowered these guys so far. They haven't gotten a good swing on him just yet.
Well, the courtesy runner will be Drayson Volk over at first base. 2 gone in the inning, first and second. It's the 2nd consecutive inning that the Mounties have had 2 aboard, but they have yet to drive in a run. 9-hole hitter Bryson McIntosh, a .246 hitter, has 17 runs driven in. He's a first-year varsity player. He takes a strike.
Great job by Cornelsen right there, just settling down. He knows his fastball will work. That's really, if you're going to throw 86, 88, you can use that just about any hitter in the state of Arkansas. There's a few exceptions, but just go after him. He doesn't have to overthink this.
Cornelsen with McIntosh squaring to bunt, pulls back, and it's high. I'm kind of surprised he was squaring there, but hey, with his speed, Coach talked about how he's a guy they trust to lay a bunt down and get on for a hit.
That's exactly right, and that might have just been a show-me bunt to see how they would react. You never know, but it wouldn't surprise me with Coach Melson. They're going to do the small ball things to score some runs.
Swinging that time is McIntosh. He couldn't catch up. Cornelison got some great velo, and he's got a pitcher's count. We saw him get ahead of a hitter earlier in this at bat, 0-2, but lost him. He's ahead 1-2. Rogers, nonetheless, has done a good job of working the counts and increasing the pitch count.
Yeah, overpowering with that fastball right there, run it in. Wouldn't surprise me to see a slider right here off the outer half.
McIntosh trying to protect. Cornelison taking a long look at second. Up and in, and the count's even.
Arms dragging just a little bit for Cornelison right there. If he just gets that ball out in front of him a little bit, he'll have a lot better command at this point.
McIntosh, the Rogers left fielder. A chance to break the scoreless tie in the bottom of the second. 2-2, looped foul. First base side. Not a bad pitch there from Cornelison, changing speeds a little bit, kind of had him fooled.
Yeah, got a little bit away from it, ran back in on the hitter a little bit. You want to work that off the outside corner. Really kind of a hanger right there, but if you're going to do it to the 9-hole hitter.
That's right. McIntosh a little bit off balance, kind of late to realize it, fouled it off right side. Do it again, 2-2. 2 on, 2 out. And a 2-2 count in the second. Upstairs, and now the count's full. Both runners will be on the move.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you don't get too far. We've already had one runner picked off on the inside move to second base. No Cornelison will be looking at that right now, but the runners will be off. A hit down the line, we saw it yesterday in both games. A hit down the line right here may be able to score both runners.
Cornelison with a big pitch in the ball game. McIntosh a chance to deliver for Rogers. The runners go. 3-2 misses down and away, and the bases are full of bounties.
Fourth walk this inning by the Rogers hitters. That ball just missed on the outside corner.
That's 5 free passes for the game by Cornelison, and he just missed.
Yeah, take a look right here. You can see down and away. Chola did a great job presenting it, but good eye by the home plate, our home plate umpire, Dylan Parnham back there. It's not Dylan Parnham. Who's our home plate umpire today?
It's Ian Hewitt, I believe.
Ian Hewitt, yeah. Dylan Parnham's on the 5A game tonight. Valley View and Maumelle.
Bases loaded with 2 outs, top of the order and long, and the first one's an off speed that misses. 43 pitches thrown down by Cornelison.
Yeah, this is big trouble right here with Lawing coming up. We talked about with Coach Melson the other day, and we talked about it in the broadcast. 394 on the year. This is their best hitter. Really good situation for Rogers right now.
No place to put him. Cornelson's got to come into the wheelhouse or walk in a run. It's a 1-0 count. Curveball dips below the knees, and now it's 2-0, a hitter's count for Lawing.
Just quite right below the hollow of the kneecaps right there. And we talk about what is the strike zone. It's the midline of the belly button all the way down to the hollow of the kneecaps. That's the strike zone in a batter's stance.
Good 2-0 pitch, fastball knee high. Might have been on the outer part of the plate a little bit as well. A pitcher's pitch for Cornelison.
Yeah, really good. If he can live there, you look at it right here. Good strong movement back there by Chola. Right there on the outside corner. He can live there.
2-1 stays high, not by much. But now with 3-1, Lawing can dig in to drive something, knowing that Cornelson's got to come in the zone or walk it.
Yeah, that's right. And this is all in Lawing's wheelhouse right here. He's sitting dead red. If he doesn't see what he gets, he can live for another pitch.
3-1. That's a good pitch, up and away strike, catches the corner, and now the count's full. Lawing, I imagine, was looking fastball, must have not been where he wanted it.
Yeah, he had the opportunity to be real selective right there with the 3-1 count. Now you got a choke and poke right here. Be a good 2-strike approach.
Everybody will be on the move. The payoff pitch with 2 gone is skied into center, and Cornelison may get out of the inning. Gibson coming in, corrals it, and the Mounties leave them loaded. Cornelison works into and out of trouble for the second consecutive inning. We're scoreless on to the third. You're watching the 6A Baseball State Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
Get ready as Bridget, Julia, and the rest of the gang explore new recipes and cooking techniques.
We're all storytellers. You tell stories of our people through music.
I'm diving deep into one of Mexico's most storied, vibrant states, Yucatan.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app.
Attention sports enthusiasts. Get ready to be amazed by Summerwood Sports Complex, the new state-of-the-art facility in Bryan. Our facility offers up to 4 courts spread across 2 spacious gyms, conveniently located off Interstate 30 in Bryan. Whether you're a team seeking tournament glory or an individual looking to elevate your skills, Summerwood Sports has got you covered. Discover more about our cutting-edge facility and check availability at summerwoodsports.com.
Support for Arkansas PBS Sports comes from Wendy's. Wendy's Cinnabon Pull-Apart and Vanilla Frosty Cream Cold Brew, available today at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Boy, now you got me salivating,
right?
Kevin.
Oh, man.
Goodness. That sounds great. Hey, I want to take a moment. There's a certain special somebody. Our first base umpire, Dennis Marshall, his grandson, having a birthday today, number 5 for Briggs Dilbeck, turning 5 years old. So happy birthday to Briggs. As we begin the top of the 3rd inning, Jake Taylor's really done pretty well. Faced the minimum. Cornelison cannot say the same. He's running into trouble, as you see first base umpire Dennis Marshall. Happy birthday to his grandson. But yeah, Cornelison struggled. Taylor, he's pitched pretty well.
Yeah, Taylor, 6 of the 7 hitters he's faced, first pitch strikes. That's that 80%. He's lived around 67, 68% like all year in first pitch strikes. If he can work ahead, it's going to be a long day for Har-Ber.
He gets a big swing and a miss from Caleb Chola, and he's down to the count 1-2.
Chola had, of course, he's a veteran, senior, going to Central Missouri, had 2 big hits last year in the finals against Bentonville to prepare him to that 6-1 win.
Chola, a .322 hitter, 2 home runs, 25 runs driven in. He's 2 for 7 in the state tournament with 3 RBIs. And he's one of those 3 that's tied for the team lead with that 25 RBIs. He's only struck out 7 times through 114 plate appearances. He's not a guy you can K very often, so Taylor's got his hands full.
Yeah, when you got a catcher like that, man, we talked about it. He's a scrappy guy right there. Not the biggest, 5'8", 5'9". That few strikeouts and 114 plate appearances, that's what you want from a guy that, towards the bottom of the lineup, that can get those RBI guys to the top.
Pokes that one foul. That's a pitcher's pitch that Chola spoils. And again, as a hitter, and you know this as a catcher as well, when you're batting, you want to expand the zone. If it's close, you got to fight it off. That one was close. It might have been a little out of the zone, too close to take. Chola pokes it foul.
Yeah, you never know, and that would have been a little out, most likely, but Taylor working that outside half.
Spoils another good one. Chola, I'm telling you, you're not going to be easy to strike him out.
Chola does a really good job not rolling over on that. You can see as he gets through the baseball, he's not breaking his wrist. He's right center, right field approach right here. Wouldn't surprise me if he pokes one to right field.
Taylor missing on the 2-2 curveball, and then now it's run full. Chola with a good at bat.
One thing Har-Ber hitters and Coach Helmkamp are picking up on right now, Taylor has not been very comfortable with his curveball. He's only thrown 1 for a strike so far, so they can attack the fastball. They can jump on him here.
Payoff pitch, jammed him. Foul side of first base. Barriola gathers it for out number 1. And Chola, productive out, though. He does work the count a little bit. 26 pitches now thrown by Taylor. He only had 20 coming into that bat, so almost a fourth of the whole pitches taken there by Chola.
Yeah, you work efficient, pound the strike zone. That's the difference between the pitchers. You got a crafty lefty versus a power righty. That's always been the stereotypes, man, and that's the thing. Power righties lack command, and you've seen it today. But the crafty lefty, he's been in the zone a lot so far.
It's kind of been a really fun matchup because you're right. You got the hard-throwing, flamethrower in Cornelison, and then the crafty lefty in Taylor. It's made for an interesting matchup.
Yeah, and as Taylor gets older, his velo is going to get up. You know, he can be an 87, 89 guy, and that's what all you need to do as a lefty to be effective. Turn over the changeup away from the righties because the majority of hitters in college, high school baseball are right-handed. If you can turn that over and throw a slider or a curveball away from lefties, you'll be very effective.
Hitters count to Davis Dyer standing in, gets a big rip but comes up empty. Dyer, a 256 hitter on the year, but he's 4 for 8, arguably the hottest hitter in the lineup of late behind Ross Felder. 4 of 8 in the state tournament with 4 RBIs. Been a big production spot in the 8-hole.
Dyer had a really good semifinal against Cabot. Really big hit. Cabot had gotten back to a 6-4 deficit, cut it back. Har-Ber and Dyer had a really big hit to set the final at 8-4.
Big hitters count. That one missing inside, tailed a little bit. And that's the first base runner of the game for Har-Ber. Davis Dyer drawing the walk.
We'll see how Taylor handles the traffic on the base paths right now. Key for him being a lefty, he can mix it up with a slide step. He can do a hanging pick move. We'll see what he's got right now.
And now it brings in the 9-hole hitter for Har-Ber, Luke Altum. He's got lots of speed. Coach Helmkamp talked about his 9-hole guy. He's getting a lot of Power 5 interest as a sophomore.
Absolutely. You get somebody like Luke Altum really handle a bat down there in the 9-hole. He's talked to University of Arkansas Rich Mountain early on, but you can do a dual commit as a JUCO guy. You want to play as soon as you can. A lot of D1s going with the transfer portal. It's good to have somewhere you can go and play right away.
Takes that one a little low to even it up at 1-1. But yeah, you're right. As a young guy, he's got time to weigh his options and keep rolling. But the interests are rolling in. So if you can do both, go ahead, commit whatever to JUCO. You still have the opportunity to play right away. I tell you, for Wildcat fans, they're going to really love seeing Altum grow up in this program.
Absolutely. He's a guy that can transition to shortstop after Felder leaves. He's got the arm to do it.
He'll have to work from behind against Jake Taylor with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. The only hitter Taylor really fell behind was Dyer. He's on first base, throwing the walk.
Yeah, Taylor doing a really good job. The first 2 innings, you really saw him working the outer half against righties. Now he's pounding in and up on the hands.
That one line, base hit, right field from Luke Altum, past the diving first baseman. Big swing with a 2-strike count, and Luke Altum shows you why he is one of the best hitters in the 9 spot.
Yeah, really good inside-out approach right there. Look, they've been preaching always. That's all they've been working on. They knew they were going to face one of 2 left-handed hitters right here. Altum does a great job staying inside the ball. The ball is up in the zone. That's not a strike, but he goes up and gets it. Good level contact right there, level swing. Drives the ball past the diving Barriola at first.
Barriola playing in just a little bit even with the bag, and I think if he plays back, he's got a better play, but he's got to hold on the runner.
That's exactly right.
So now the lineup flips over. Ross Felder with Har-Ber's best chance to get on the board. He's 0 for 1 today with a ground out. He started the ball game off with a chopper to second, and I say chopper, it was well struck.
Yeah, second time through the lineup now. Let's see how Taylor starts to pitch him. He starts Felder off with a curveball right there. Hasn't done that too much. He's been pounding the fastball. Let's see how he mixes it up.
We'll have to wait a little bit as Taylor takes a look at Dyer at second base.
Keeping him honest out there.
That's right.
And just a reminder to our viewers out there, when you pick off to second, you don't have to throw it. First and third base, you do.
It's the only base you can feint to throw.
That's correct.
It's a fastball strike at the knees to Felder to even things up.
And Ross Felder, he's going to pitch at the University of Arkansas. He's not going to be a two-way guy. I know in high school baseball, these guys are relied upon to do a lot more than just pitch. You don't have just pitcher only. You will have Valley View tonight, of course, but these guys are, usually position players as well.
1-1, poked right field line. That's going to drop for a base hit. Shuckman throwing it home. They wave home the runner, and Har-Ber breaks the scoring on a base knock from Ross Felder. Wildcats out in front.
We've seen these guys, all 4 hitters this inning, go back to Chola, Dyer, Altum, Felder, all have driven the ball to right field. They're staying inside the baseball, not doing too much. Great job right there by Ross Felder. Hey, keep showing that. We might have to talk to Coach Hobbs, Coach Thompson. Hey, give this guy some at-bats up there.
That's right. Doing a job. How about Dyer, though, reading that? A lot of times you have to wait to see that ball's going to be caught. He read it well.
That's a tough one. reading spin, that's a key thing. And especially with Dyer, you know, as the DH, he gets to watch a lot of balls come off the bats out there, so he can read spin. Great job as a base runner.
Now Dylan Gibson will get a chance. He grounded out to third his first time up. On the base hit to right field, Altum wisely took third base on the throw home, so there's runners at the corners, and barring a double play, Har-Ber could add to the 1-0 lead. Try a pickoff move over to third. Don't see that a ton.
Not from lefties, yeah. Usually it's a called pick, and the third baseman will start off and then crash down. That's one thing that you'll see on righties that you may see. First and third situation, it's different for lefties, but that had to be a called pick right there that the Rogers dugout pitching coach probably saw. Maybe they can get him.
Gibson takes that one tall to even things up at 1-1. The inning began with a really good at-bat from Caleb Choler. Remember, he popped out. That set the stage for Dyer working the walk. Then a great at-bat from Altum with 2 strikes, got the base hit. Felder drove home Dyer. And there's runners at the corners now for Gibson, and he rips that one down the left field line, hooking foul, and it lands out of the field of play.
Yeah, Gibson got the barrel to that one. Gibson, he has signed with the University of Arkansas, Rich Mountain. Really good runner out there in center field. You see it right there, just couldn't quite keep it inside the lines right there. Really good swing. They're starting to get the barrel to the ball right here against Taylor.
Well, you talked about how many players committing to play college baseball. It's starting to elevate, and Kevin, you're a huge catalyst for growing the game in the state of Arkansas, so thanks for all you've done.
I appreciate that. That was the goal 6 years ago when we started this. So, yeah, Har-Ber has 11. We had 80 student athletes signed to play college baseball for the class of 2024.
Wow, that's incredible. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one sails high. You've also seen a lot of universities over the last few years, colleges that have created baseball programs. Yep. You know, Rich Mountain's a newer program, National Park College. There's a lot
South
of
Art,
baseball,
SAU Tech. And Lance Spigner, who's assistant coach here at UCA now, was the one that started the baseball program at UA Rich Mountain after 20-plus years at Horatio High School.
Gibson swings and misses the UA Rich Mountain commit for out number 2. But that's just cool stuff. It just goes to show you that what you guys are doing is paying off.
Yeah, really good pitch right there by Taylor. Elevates in the zone. Really good 2-strike pitch by the sophomore. Now you got your banger up with first and third right here. Really good spot for Corneliuson to help himself out a little bit.
Well, he's shown the gas on the mound. He's got some
pop too.
That's exactly what he's hoping to show. Trying to drive in at least one more. Runners at the corners with 2 gone, and it hit him. Hit him on the backside on that right elbow. It hooked, came over the plate, and nicked him. Yeah, and the bases are full.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad pitch. Corneliuson up on the plate quite a bit right there. And in baseball, you don't have to get out of the way. You can't put yourself in front of the baseball. If you look at replay right here, Corneliuson just took it. That's all he could do right there. Great job. Now he'll get to go back to the dugout, get a courtesy runner, and we'll be bases loaded here for the Wildcats.
So Drayson Volk will be in as a courtesy runner again over at first base. Or pardon me, that's Jackson Lanning.
Yeah, Jackson Lanning. In high school baseball, you can have a courtesy runner for the pitcher and the catcher. And of course, we know the re-entry rule. If you pinch run, you can re-enter a starter 1 time at least.
Base is full of Wildcats. And a big cut from Brady Smith, fouled back into the netting.
And the big right fielder, his eyes lit up on that one right there. The ball up in the zone, right down the middle. Just a little under it right there.
Coach Helmkamp talks about his right fielder, says he's really good with quality at bats and plays the game the right way. Seems to come up with big at-bats when you least expect it, but always when you need it the most. And he's got a big opportunity in the 6A state title game.
Yeah, Brady Smith, he can keep it going right here, handing it off to Braden Sprague, who's hitting .344. Got a good barrel on it in the first at-bat. This is a chance for Har-Ber to really do some damage here.
Big cut again from Smith, but little out in front, fouls it off, and he'll have to protect now with a 1-2 count.
A lot of times when you see bases loaded out there, middle of the lineup, guys, they're really taking big swings. And you saw that with the first 2 swings right here by Smith. Now he needs to shorten up a little bit, get back within himself, work the right side of the field, shoot it backside, and get some runs in.
Taylor trying to get out of the inning, wastes one up and away. It's 2-2 to Brady Smith, still not out of the woods, and Har-Ber's one big swing away from trying to stretch the lead.
Yeah, we've talked about Taylor being able to work all 4 quadrants. He's been going in quite a bit. He changed the eye level right there going out. Let's see if he comes back in right here with the fastball.
Taylor trying to get the out. Smith trying to come up with a big hit, misses low, and the count is full to Brady Smith.
Yeah, Taylor came into this inning with only 20 pitches through the first 2 innings. He about doubled his total for the game so far. This is really big for Har-Ber to get him out of the game.
Biggest pitch of the game thus far. Taylor will wait to come home as he moves the inside move to second base to check on the runners.
I'll tell you what, that is close to being a balk right there. If he hangs a little too long, umpire could get him. I know this Derek Lewis out there, he's a veteran guy. Called a lot of state finals behind the plate. He had Conway and Har-Ber back in 2018, I believe, behind the plate.
The big payoff pitch, missed it, down and in. Taylor walks Smith, and the Wildcats add another.
Great at bat there by Brady Smith. Got behind early, big swings. Now it just keeps passing along to the next one. Like we said, Braden Sprague coming up right now, 344 hitter. Done a really good job this season, working on his game, working on his craft. Now he'll get a chance with the bases loaded.
Well, we'll warrant a mound visit by Coach Melson to talk to his southpaw. Taylor had cruised up until this inning. He'd retired all 7 batters he's faced, but it was 8 and 9 that got things rolling, and he's not out of the woods yet.
And we talked about how important in these state championship games, how big the lineups are at the bottom for all these teams.
Well, take a look there in the stands. It's the Har-Ber softball team. They got state title matchup. The game after this at 4 o'clock over at Natalie Shock Stadium, or at the Shock, for the 6A title matchup. Here to cheer on the Har-Ber Wildcats baseball squad.
And 6A West has reigned supreme in baseball and softball. They're taking on the Bentonville Tigers tonight. What a tradition Bentonville's had over the past 3 or 4 years. Bryant, of course, won it last year. So Bentonville and Har-Ber for all the marbles.
There's a big swing from Braden Sprague. Traveling deep, but Bryson McIntosh saves a big inning over his shoulder. And he might be the hero of the inning for Rogers. They leave him loaded. Taylor gives up 2 as Har-Ber scratches some runs across. They take the lead as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car, to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Let me take you for a ride on the baseline.
Our Class 6A Arkansas PBS Student All-Star is Conway's Drake Naylor. Drake is a pitcher and outfielder for the Wampus Cats, senior 4.2 GPA, JB. I know we had a 4.1 yesterday. Those AP classes, their weighted averages allows these kids to get college credit in the meantime. Naylor with a 4.2. He's going to attend the prestigious Baylor University and be a Bear. So congratulations to our Arkansas PBS Student All-Star, Drake Naylor from Conway.
I give it up, Kevin.
Blows your mind.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. But you're right, Baylor, a very prestigious academic,
great medical program down there.
You know, they've got an actual bear that's on campus, which is really neat. Didn't find that out until recently. 4.2 GPA. We got some really impressive student athletes in the state of Arkansas. Luke Cornelison out for his third inning of work, and he'll pitch with a lead for the first time today. And he'll face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up for the Mounties. Watson, Barriola, and Champion. Jake Taylor bats if anyone reaches.
Cornelison comes in 49 pitches so far, about halfway to his total of 110 that he can go. I doubt we see him get that far, but I bet right now with a 2-run lead, Coach Helmkamp's pounding the zone. Just don't give up freebies so far. He's had 5 walks so far. Is that where we're at?
Yeah, 5 for Cornelison.
Through 10 batters, so he's walked half the guys he's faced so far.
And he has lived to tell the tale.
That's right.
Been able to escape trouble, but you play with fire too long, it likely comes back to bite you. Watson pops this one up, foul and out of play.
Yeah, a lot of our viewers and fans out there may recognize the name Jacob Watson, the Watson name. 2020 graduating class had Matthew and Jay Watson. There's no relation. Matthew Watson went on to played for the Oklahoma Sooners for a little bit. Jay played some JUCO ball. Really good players in that 2020 group for Rogers.
Watson got to protect here, can't do it. Cornelison rings him up with the bender, and the leadoff batter is gone.
Yeah, we saw that, and we've seen the 2 type of breaking balls that Cornelison has. That was that true 12-6 curveball. Broke in there, caught the top part of the zone right there. Ian Hewitt rings him up. Really good 2-strike pitch from Cornelison.
So 1 gone now for the lefty, Reese Barriola. He bunted out to the catcher his first time up. Remember, Rogers had first and second, nobody out. And Barriola wasn't able to get the bunt down. He pops this one up, foul third base side. But it lands harmlessly out of play.
And Cornelison still going in, attacking those lefties on the inside, in on their hands. Not going to give them a chance to get the barrel to it. These lefties are going to have to make an adjustment right here because, hey, Cornelison, when he's had really good command to his glove side, is when he's been the best so far today.
That one sails up and away against Barriola. Cornelison trying to paint the outer black, but that one had a little too much tail.
Yeah, got away from him a little bit right there. I like him staying in on the inner part of the plate against these lefties.
Tries to go inner, gets the top part of the zone as well against Barriola, and now the Mounties' first baseman will have to protect.
Seen a little velo dip, and I think that's on purpose right here. Beginning of the game, you got the adrenaline, you got nerves, you're kind of pumped up a little bit. He's taking a little bit off of it right here, and just pitching, not just throwing.
Trying to locate. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Have command.
Yeah. Comes in there. Nice job by Barriola to fight it off. If you notice, Har-Ber got the blonde, the bleach blonde look. We've seen it a couple times from.
Yeah, they did that last year. The first time I saw it, 1999, the Falk Panthers in the Class 3A state championship, or Class 2A state championship. That was the first weekend of champions that they had at Baum Stadium. So 25th anniversary of seeing the Slim Shady look.
You'll love it. That one missing up and away to Barriola. Good pitcher's pitch, but a nice take.
Yeah, we'll see if Cornelison, if he'll use the off speed against the lefties. He's been heavy fastball so far. See, we haven't seen a changeup from him, but see if he can break that backdoor slider, backdoor curveball off right here.
Curveball, broke it off, ring him up. Barriola strikes out looking, back-to-back backwards Ks for Cornelison.
That's exactly right, and we thought might come right there. He hasn't shown that to the lefties yet. Broke it off, perfect pitch on the outer half right there. Beautiful pitch by Cornelison. This got good late break, good shape to it right there as well.
Well, we got a veteran umpire up here in the booth, Kevin Bohannon. You rung him up right then. You knew it was strike three.
Yeah, kind of know what's coming too.
Well, you called that perfectly. He came with that bender, broke it off. And 2 strikeouts in a row. Cornelison starting to settle in. His pitch count is up, so that's something to watch. Campion's standing it out. He struck out swinging his first time. He was the last out of that first inning, and that's really when Cornelison started really bringing it together.
Yeah, and the one thing about Cornelison, he hasn't shown the breaking ball too much to lefties because he's throwing it into their barrel. You want to throw something away from the barrel like a changeup or a two-seam fastball that you can run right there. Good one. Just missed the part of the zone right there. That was a really good pitch. I like that. If he can stay right there, just a titch up, he'll get induce a lot of ground balls.
Chola did a nice job also framing that, but did not get the call. Champion standing and likely taking on the 3-0 from Cornelison. And it misses low, dipped below the knees, and the first base runner for the Mounties in 3 straight batters.
Hey, give it to Ian Hewitt behind the plate. That was the same pitch, and a lot of the times you'll see umpires, 3-0 count, they'll give that pitch. But Hewitt behind the plate, if it's a strike, it's a strike. If it's not, I don't care what the count is, he's going to ball it, which he did right there. So he knows the adjustments the pitcher's got to make. That's what you want out of an umpire's consistency.
Cornelison now with 6 base on balls. Is Jake Taylor a chance? Stepping in from the left side, the starting pitcher for the Mounties trying to help himself out. He represents the tying run at the plate. We were scoreless through 2, but Har-Ber put a 2 spot on the board in the top half of this inning. Felder and Smith with RBI. Snapback throw to first, but diving in safely is Caleb Champion.
Yeah, you saw Chola back there. He got Peyton Manning feet. He gets the popping back there. Of course, runner gives a good fake. He wasn't too far off the bag, but Chola, he got to be awake on the base paths with Chola back there.
He does not get cheated on his snapback throws.
No, he does not.
I guarantee you. Foul tip into the catcher's mitt from Taylor. It's 2-1.
Good swing. Stay inside that ball a little bit longer. Taylor tried to pull that one. That was on the outer third.
Cornelison trying to retire the Mounties pitcher, but a hitter's count to Taylor. He'll dig in. Fastball popped up foul left side, hooking, and it'll land out of play.
Good job by Cornelison right there. He's changing his holds. He's changing his looks. That's the thing about being a good, mature, veteran pitcher is if you can change your hold times. Runners are taught, base stealers are taught, they're counting in their head. We used to, there's different counts that you can do, but if you get a guy timed up, you can see when he's going to go to the plate. He's doing a good job of changing it up. Great job right there. What we used to teach our base runners to count was UCLA. Is he a 3? Is he a C or an L? Is he an A? Is he a double A? Because you can go through it twice right there. So that's what we've taught our base runners. And it's been the same thing. Jimmy Harris taught me that from Shiloh Christian, went on to Stillwater High School. It's a great way to teach your base runners to count the hold for the pitcher.
2-2 to Taylor. Popped up foul again. That's just interesting in-depth analysis there by our man Kevin Bohannon.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go in this head up here with baseball terminology and everything. Get it out there for all the fans so they can know what I'm thinking.
Well, we certainly love it. 2-strike count to Taylor. Luke Cornelison trying to retire the side in the third. Misses up and away with the off-speed.
Cornelison looks a lot more comfortable this inning, too. He looks like he's not overthrowing. He looks like he's more within himself right here. That's why you've seen him pound the zone a lot more. Yeah, he walked the last hitter with Champion, but 2 backwards Ks. He can go after this one right here, get the Wildcats out of it, and then we can get on to the 4th inning.
Taylor trying to protect. Up and away again from Cornelison. You're right. That first inning, he seemed pretty tight. Little adrenaline pumping, struggled to find the zone, overthrowing perhaps a bit. But to this point, he's been able to settle down, and it hasn't come back to bite him.
That's right. Now Rogers has the chance to get 2 base runners for the 3rd consecutive inning.
It would be big for the Mounties. The payoff pitch, they'll do it. Misses low. Walk number 7 by Cornelison. And Rogers, if they could string together some hits, they got a chance to get on the scoreboard, but they've stranded a lot of runners 4 through the last 2 innings, and they'll have 2 on again.
Yeah, that's the thing. Cornelson's been in a lot of high leverage situations. Like we just mentioned, this is the 3rd straight innings that he's had traffic on the base paths. They've had at least 2 runners on in every inning. So got a courtesy runner coming in for Taylor right now. Looks like number 20.
Yeah, Payson Jones for the Mounties. Cornelson's got a no-hitter going on right now. He's walked 7, and he hadn't given up a hit. And that's where if Rogers could string something together, it would bode well. Hudson Hennigan had a really good at-bat against Cornelison last time. Ended up drawing a walk. The senior standing in from the right side, righty-righty matchup, and swings and misses at the high heater. Cornelison just blew it past him.
Good high heater right there by Cornelison.
That was straight cheese from Cornelison. So he gives the sign to Chola, says, hurry up, give me the sign, I'm ready for it.
Work fast.
Runners at first and second for the third straight inning for the Mounties, and that one sails on Cornelison. Har-Ber with 2 runs in the top of the third. Really, it was the 8 and 9 hitters for the Wildcats, Dyer and Altum, that got things rolling. Felder and Brady Smith drove in the runs. But Hudson Hennigan for Rogers trying to drive in their first run. Skies this one into shallow left center field. Center fielder Gibson coming on. He camps under it and makes the catch to end the inning. So for the third consecutive inning, Cornelison works around trouble again. To the fourth we go. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
When you choose Conway Regional, you're choosing a healthcare partner rooted in your community. With 9 primary care locations in 5 counties, we believe in building lasting relationships centered on trust and personalized care. Let our family care for yours.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family owned, customer friendly. Family owned, no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. Buckle up, everybody.
1, 2, 3, turn up! Whoa. It's going up in here! Let's go!
Southern Loft is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports and our Arkansas student athletes. Located at 3155 North College Avenue, Suite 102 in Fayetteville. Southern Loft, a different kind of furniture store. For more information, visit mysouthernloft.com.
Well, Braden Sprague ended the last inning for the Wildcats with the bases loaded, put a charge into left field, but Bryson McIntosh made a nice defensive play to retire the side. It could have been a big inning for Har-Ber. It only ended up with 2 runs across the plate. Jake Taylor's out for his 4th inning of work. Looked good up until that 3rd inning where Har-Ber started stringing the hits together.
That's exactly right. Excuse me. And if Sprague hits that ball about 5 feet to the right out there, all 3 runs score. So, yeah, he got out of that inning. Very good job by Jake Taylor.
First 2 innings, Taylor had 20 pitches thrown through 32 in that 3rd inning, as there's a sky to center field by Caleb Smith. Caleb Champion, the Mountie center fielder, on for out number 1.
That's what you want if you're Jake Taylor. Early outs. Limit the pitch count right here. He's going to throw strikes. Just a matter of if the Har-Ber guys are going to work the count or not.
And here's a guy in Caleb Chola who ended up popping out to first, but had a really big bat against Taylor, worked the count a lot. That seemed to lay the foundation for Dyer and Altum to follow, and ultimately led to a couple of runs.
Yeah, I know Taylor went with the breaking ball right there. Went fastball the first pitch to Caleb Smith. The second time through the lineup, he's been heavy breaking ball on that first pitch.
That one's cued off the end of the bat, back to the pitcher. Flip to first from Taylor, and the 1-3 put out. There's 2 away.
Taylor doing a really good job fielding his position right there. A lot of times you've seen in baseball games, whether it be college, pro, guys field the ball, don't set their feet. They throw it. UALR won on a walk-off error last weekend. At home, the pitcher threw it, tossed it over the first baseman's head. So great job by Taylor. Shuffle, shuffle, throw. That's what you'll see.
And those are plays that go unnoticed.
They do, yeah.
They seem easy, they seem routine, but a lot of times that's where a lot of errors can occur.
Yeah, you saw Jake Faraday for the Razorbacks earlier this year in a game, throw it over the first baseman's head. It's an easy throw, but just all of a sudden it's turns tough.
Shot to the third base side by Dyer. Nice play. Hennigan throw beats him at first. And Taylor in the first, second, and fourth innings facing the minimum. It's 2-0. Rogers trailing. They'll come to bat in the bottom of the fourth. You're watching the 6A State Baseball Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Southern Loft is a proud sponsor of Arkansas PBS. It is our mission to tell your story by adding color with our furniture. And that's why Southern Loft is a different kind of furniture store. For more information, go to mysouthernloft.com.
I'll do whatever it takes to protect my family, and part of taking care of them is using a bank that takes care of us. That's why I use Centennial Bank, a strong institution for an uncertain economy. I know them and I trust them. They have a strong financial foundation, which means that my money and our future is never in doubt. Life is busy, and there's plenty of things to worry about. My bank isn't one of them.
Centennial Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We never gonna stop.
Conway Regional Health System is proud to support, spotlight, and celebrate Arkansas student athletes and Arkansas PBS Sports. Since 1921, Conway Regional Health System has provided complete health care services to the growing communities in north central Arkansas. For more information, visit conwayregional.org.
Well, we're glad you're with us. On to the bottom of the fourth inning. JB Brazil alongside Kevin Bohannon and the rest of our Arkansas PBS Sports crew. Halfway through this one, Rogers trailing 2-0. They're the 1 seed. They were the favorite to win. Har-Ber loaded with talent, the 3 seed. That's really all of 6A is tough.
Oh, yeah.
Seemingly.
Yeah, especially in the 6A West up there. You had Bentonville make the finals last year as a 5 seed. Fayetteville's been really good. They were a 4 last year. They were the 3 this year. Har-Ber and Fayetteville tied for that third spot with an 10-4 record. Heritage has been really good. They started out 22-0 this year, finished second to Rogers here. Their only 3 losses on the season going into the state tournament were to Fayetteville and Rogers.
But Har-Ber is on a tear, 13-game winning streak, one of 2 13-game winning streaks this year, trying to make it 14. And that would mean back-to-back state titles for the Wildcats. The Mounties trying to mount a comeback and claim their second state title in school history. They won back in 2021. Leading it off would be 7, 8, and 9 hitters for Rogers. Robinson, Linson, and McIntosh. Top of the lineup, and Zach Lawing bats if anybody reaches.
Yeah, we'll see as Cornelison gets up into the 70s in his pitch count, how much longer he's going to go in this game.
And that's something certainly that Rogers wanted to do, is work that count on Cornelison. Try to get him out of the game. The problem is Har-Ber's got so many arms.
Yeah, when you can go to Felder and then Moore, you got a lot of options out there in the bullpen.
Hitters count for the Mounties. DH helps out Cornelison, chases the high fastball. That one moving up and away, and Robinson could not catch up.
Yeah, Cornelison using that fastball, tailing away from those righties. I don't know if he's throwing a 2-seam away and a 4-seam in. That looks like what he's doing today.
2-2 chases the fastball high, and Robinson down for out number 1.
A lot better command by Cornelison the last 2 innings. You see right here, he wanted to work up in the zone, got it right there. As hitters, those eyes just light up if they see something in the belt coming in, and that's where it is. Yep, neck high. That's where you teach your pitcher to throw it.
Sometimes a hitter, especially after he chased the first one up and away, go back to it.
Yeah.
It's not broke. Don't fix it. 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Aiden Linson, the catcher for the Mounties. He walked his last time up. Gosh, almost everybody in the lineup's walked at least once, it seems, for Rogers. Still without a base hit. And that one nearly hit Linson coming up and in.
I'm going to clarify something from earlier. We were talking about strike zone. while the rule book, what it says is not what it actually is. Guys aren't going to call very much above the belt. That's what we've always been taught, and that's what these guys have been taught. So if it's really above the belt, especially the higher classifications you go and the higher levels you go, to the hollow of the kneecap starting down and up. So that's what we're looking for.
Some good intel by our man Kevin Bohannon, former state championship umpire, correct?
Yeah, I got to call 4 state championship games. Had 1 2A, a 6A, and 2 4As.
That's awesome.
Got to see it all.
So you know a thing or two, that's for sure.
I'm still learning every day.
Linson walking for the second consecutive at bat, and Rogers has had base runners on every single inning. All 4, they've had 2 on the previous 3.
All my walks are hit by pitch, yeah. Still with no hits.
Trayson Vogt will pinch run as the courtesy runner over at first base. It'll bring the 9-hole hitter Bryson McIntosh, who had a very nice defensive play to retire the side in the 3rd against the Wildcats. The bases were loaded with 2 gone, and he made a nice play moving over his shoulder. That's a ball that if it gets over his head, it clears the bases.
That's exactly right. We see him try to bunt right there. We talked about it yesterday. You know, a lot of these guys, when they're practicing their bunt, and I was always a real big proponent of small ball bunting. I call it opportunistic baseball. That came from Tim Corbin.
You practice kind of known around the game of baseball.
Practice with a lacrosse kit. Practice catching that ball. Practice catching it. That's what they're doing with the barrel of the bat. Especially as you throw harder, you got to have a little give right there.
That's the good word that you use is the give. It's almost as if you're receiving the baseball, bringing it in. Well, it makes sense. The law of physics. The ball's coming in, the bat's going back. It's easier to absorb it and get the bunt to where you want it.
That's exactly right. You want to deaden that ball, especially on the turf.
Because it certainly is like a trampoline out there. 1-1 missing, down and away to McIntosh. Hitters count. This is going to warrant Chola coming out to the bump to talk to Cornelison. He wants him to pound the zone against his 8-9 guys.
Yeah, go after them. That's the biggest thing. These guys, they're good high school players, but they're not great hitters right now. They're still growing up. They're still learning. Cornelison obviously has the advantage. All he needs to do is throw it over the plate. Let his defense work for him. He's already got 1 out right here. He's 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning with a 2-0 lead. It's exactly what Chola's telling him right now. Throw it down the middle. That's all you got to do. I know it's easier said than done, especially at the high school level with teenagers, but that's what it is at this point. Look, just pound the zone. Don't overthink this.
Mound visit is done. Now there is a pitch count.
Yep. 110.
Yep. 110.
You can start the last batter at 109 and go over 110, but that is the limit is 110 pitches.
Cornelison not all that close to it just yet, but it is starting to pile up. 2-2 count now to McIntosh after the swing and miss. Cornelison looking for a big strikeout. McIntosh trying to fight with a runner at first. Just missed, down and away with the fastball.
Just outside.
Not a bad pitch from Cornelison.
That's a really good pitch. That one's hard to lay off of right there.
So another full count. We've seen plenty of those this afternoon. Cornelison stepping off the back of the rubber, trying to reset and get the right sign. This is, and again, we could say this.
Critical pitch right here. Yeah.
Many times throughout this game, we'll probably say this, but at this juncture of the game, this is a very, very big pitch. Runner at first is Linson. He walked. McIntosh trying to do the same. We'll have to wait as they try a pickoff move back over at Linson at first.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see as the next couple of years come down the pipe if technology is allowed to be prevalent more in high school baseball. Pitch calm.
The 3-2 pitch is low, and he's going to take first base.
Yep.
Another free pass in the contest.
Yeah, that one was borderline right there. That was borderline pitch. Take a replay look at it right here. Now we've seen last week Razorback game. If you slide, don't slide over the bag. Keep the tag on him right there. He's out.
Oh my goodness.
He's out.
Because it's as if you continue to play as if you're moving to third base.
He should have been out right there. He slid over the bag. I guess they said he didn't hold the tag on him long enough.
First and second, one at 9 base on balls by Cornelison. Today, top of the lineup, Zach Long. 0 for 1 today, trying to come through Takes a strike on the outer half. Still a no-hitter by Cornelison, but 9 walks here through 3 1/3 innings pitched. And Zach Long and the Mounties are just one big hit away from getting on the scoreboard.
Yep.
And he hit him. Curveball inside, too far. And the bases are full of Mounties.
Yeah, now's the time to where I wouldn't be surprised if Helmkamp makes a change. You got bases loaded. Hadn't had a visit yet from him. You got 2, 3 and up right now for Rogers. I'd like to go back to that stolen base or the walk. We couldn't tell from our camera angle if he was caught, if he had the ball when he tagged him. But if that runner is, he warranted second base. But if he goes through second base and there's a tag on him, we can see it right here.
It's like he's advancing,
out.
right?
Yeah, he would be out. Because once he occupies that bag, if he comes off of it, I'd like to know the explanation on that one.
Did he ever touch second? Does that why maybe it didn't
Maybe
call?
he did touch second, yeah. If he didn't touch it, he hasn't occupied it yet.
Right.
So that might have been the call out there. Helmkamp might have got an explanation before we did.
Right. He didn't seem too upset or whatever. But I'm wondering, so to your point there, once second base has been occupied, assuming he touches it, if he comes off the bag at that point, it's as if he's advancing.
That's exactly right. He would have been out in that situation.
As it stands, bases loaded, 1 gone. Cornelison, are they sticking with Cornelison?
They are.
So they're going to keep the righty, and there is a little action in the bullpen down the way.
That'd be Gavin Moore, big righty that's committed to Crowder University or Crowder Junior College.
Very good JUCO school.
Very
Rough Riders.
Yeah, that Coach Travis Lolleman. You know, there's been a lot of Arkansas pipeline. A lot of kids go up to, and Colton Reynolds from Huntsville was the Region 16 Player of the Year. Former Huntsville Eagles. Shout out to my man Greg Harris, who retired from Huntsville.
Well, here we go after the mound visit. Bases loaded, 1 gone. Jacob Watson trying to deliver a big hit, and he takes the first pitch upstairs for ball 1. This is a huge juncture in the game. Rogers has threatened every single inning, still without a base hit. 9 walks and a hit by pitch. And that one stays high again.
Yeah, they're on auto take right now. I am not swinging the bat staying on my shoulder till he throws a strike.
Till you get a strike,
Till he can prove he can throw strikes in a row, I'm not swinging.
You could see Caleb Chola on your screen telling him, pushing his hands down, trying to slow down, calm down, find the zone.
Control your breathing. That's the biggest thing right now.
2-0 from Cornelison. There's a strike. You could tell he took just a little bit off to find that one.
That's what you need to do. Just nice, fluid arm action. Don't overthrow it.
Now interested to see if Watson gets something to drive here on 2-1. Hitters count. Cornelison 2-1 sails again, and he's in jeopardy of walking in a run.
Yep. He's going to be on auto take right here again, I guarantee you.
Well, if those misses are closer, he might get a green light,
yeah,
but
they're not even close.
And so the fact that they haven't been close, Watson would be shocked if he gets any type of green light. Cornelson's got to find the strike zone. 3-1. Does he get the edge? Yes, strike on the outer part of the plate, a little back door painting the black.
Little gamesmanship right there by Chola. He received that and got it back to him real quick. He didn't, you know, it was a borderline pitch, but it was a strike. Yeah, that was a good pitch right there. So Chola in the past few innings has been holding it right there a little bit. He didn't right there. He got rid of it.
He didn't want to talk about that one
huge
at
pitch
all.
right here.
Payoff pitch with the bases loaded. Mounties trying to get a run across. Popped up, foul. Boy, this is a really good at bat between Watson and Cornelison.
Keep battling. And we talked to Coach Melson about it. We knew that every at bat was going to be tough. Every bat was going to be a high pressure situation. And we've seen it today. These guys have battled. They're just waiting for the dam break.
Cornelison trying to keep it from happening. Watson again with a payoff. Swings and skies it into left. Will it be deep enough? In comes Sprague. He catches it. And they'll hold the runner at third, so it's not deep enough. That was an adventure out there and left. Nice play by Sprague to haul it in, make sure he made the catch, worry about the runner later, and he held up.
Yeah, and Braden Sprague, like we said at the beginning, he's a Swiss Army knife. He played first in the state title game last year. He's playing left today. He's a catcher as well. He can play just about any position on the infield or outfield. And he's got a pretty good arm behind the plate.
Nice job by the shortstop to get out of the way. Saw Sprague. That was Sprague's ball all the way. He was the higher number. Calls off Felder, who, by the way, has got a very good glove. That's a very unselfish play by Felder to get out of the way. And then the speed at third, but just not comfortable enough to send him as Linson was held up at third base. And they're going to call to the pin. So Corneliuson's day is done. He allowed 10 free base runners, but not one came back to cost him, at least just yet. The Wildcats head to the pin. We'll step aside. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
Just as a radio station is getting popular,
You know Peggy writes to that station twice weekly.
the DJ is electrocuted on the air.
I'm a woman alone, newly arrived in a dangerous town.
During a chess match, one of the competitors dies.
Lab found significant traces of poison on the White Queen.
But the team can't figure out how the killer did it.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
I'll do whatever it takes to protect my family. And part of taking care of them is using a bank that takes care of us. That's why I use Centennial Bank, a strong institution for an uncertain economy. I know them and I trust them. They have a strong financial foundation, which means that my money and our future is never in doubt. Life is busy, and there's plenty of things to worry about. My bank isn't one of them.
Centennial Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
What we've seen today so far is Har-Ber's bats not alive so far. 2 for 14 on the day. Rogers 0 for 10. They've had 11 base runners so far, but none of them have come around to score. We're in a situation right here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Got 2 out. Bases are loaded, and we got a new pitcher coming on. Looks like we got Gavin Moore, senior. He's going to pound the strike zone. Fastball is going to be 86 to 88. Good slider. Really good power righty right here it's signed with Crowder Junior College, JB.
He's a run stopper. He's the guy they're going to lean on to preserve the 2-0 lead. Cornelison would love it to keep those runs from him coming across. Sure, he wants to help his ERA, but most importantly, all he cares about is winning the state title game.
That's exactly right. So Cornelison will slide to shortstop right here. They may have taken Felder out of the game, which they can re-enter. So they're going to get him out in the bullpen to get him ready should Moore run into any trouble right here. That's part of the re-entry rule.
So it'll be Reese Barriola batting with the bases juiced and 2 gone in the home half of the 4th. Still without a hit, 0 for 10 on the day for the Mountie Bats. And he rips this one to first. Nice play by Caleb Smith. You see the stomp on the bag at first. And it stays a 2-0 game. Moore comes out of the pin, and he shuts the door. Mountie's still without a hit. The Wildcats lead it 2-0 on to the 5th. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Vaping costs over $1,500 a year. So if you vape, there goes that new gaming system. Or that new mountain bike. Escape the vape. Learn more about the hazards of vaping at projectpreventar.org.
Attention sports enthusiasts. Get ready to be amazed by Summerwood Sports Complex, the new state-of-the-art facility in Bryan. Our facility offers up to 4 courts spread across 2 spacious gyms, conveniently located off Interstate 30 in Bryan. Whether you're a team seeking tournament glory or an individual looking to elevate your skills, Summerwood Sports has got you covered. Discover more about our cutting-edge facility and check availability at summerwoodsports.com.
All right, welcome back to the UCA. Rogers and Springdale Har-Ber right here. Let's get to where we're at. Ross Felder in the second inning. Base hit to right field, scored a run. Big hit by the University of Arkansas signee right there. And we go right here. We had a walk. Jake Taylor, bases loaded walk, brings in the second run of the game. 2 runs on 2 hits so far for Springdale Har-Ber. That's got us where we're at, going to the top of the 5th inning, JB.
Well, the Rogers bats not able to get any hits together. They've had chances, but they've just not been able to push any runs across Springdale Har-Ber. Their chance came in the 3rd, as you saw, and they delivered. That's been the difference. 2-0. Jake Taylor back out on the mound. Rogers still got their starting pitcher in the game, but Har-Ber's already
had a lot more clean innings so far, too.
There's a jam shot. Right back to the mound. Taylor's throw to first is on the money, and Luke Altum is out number 1 on the 1-3 putout.
Yeah, we talk about clean innings. First, second, and 4th innings, Taylor has faced the minimum. He ran into trouble in there in the 3rd inning. The only 2 hits of the game, scored Dyer and Altum in that inning. That's the only time he's had traffic on the base pass today, JB. If he can continue to work a clean 5th right here, they're going to have a chance in the bottom.
Ross Felder stands in with the bases empty and 1 going against Jake Taylor, and that one sails up and away.
Yeah, 3rd time through the lineup here. Let's see how Taylor starts attacking. Heavy first pitch fastball the first time through the lineup, then he started mixing in the curveball. Let's see if he goes back to the fastball, which looks like he has so far.
That one's a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. 1 for 2 today is Felder with a run driven in. He's been a big bat in the lineup there at the top for the Wildcats all year long. The 1-1's a good pitch
really
for
good
a strike.
pitch. Jake Taylor doing a great job working in and out. And that's one thing with a lefty. You got arm side run like he does. He doesn't have a ton of it, but he's able to work it off the outer edge, but he's not afraid to pound it in.
1-2, Felder going the other way, but it hangs in the air too long. Caden Shuckman makes the catch in right field for the Mounties.
Great positioning right there. That curveball on the outer 3rd of the plate. Right fielder was positioned exactly in the right spot. We talked about alignments a lot yesterday in the 1A. I know you guys did in the 4A game yesterday, but that's where you look at the outfield alignment. You got them shaded to the right side right now. They're going to pound it on the outer half. That's the only time it's going to get to the outfield, because if he throws it in, it's not going to get out of the infield, guys. He's going to do a good job of getting it in on the hands.
Gibson hacking at the first pitch, and he fouls it off. Got a good swing on that, just couldn't quite time it up.
Yeah, you see our alignment right now. They're more 88 in the outfield, which is straight up. We talk about 88. That's an alignment situation where the center fielder's straight up, the left fielder's in line with the 1st and 2nd base, and right fielder's in line with 3rd through 2nd base of the outfield.
More good intel there from our man.
Giving some of my secrets away of my game calls here. Well, now that I'm not coaching as much in the summer, so you get a 4-year-old at home, and you get to spend a lot of time with her, which is a lot more exciting.
1-1 sails up and away to Dylan Gibson. Hitters count with 2 away.
See right here, if Gibson's able to get on, if they make any magic happen with Cornelison coming up. 3, 4, and 5, Cornelison, Smith, and Sprague have gotten good contact today, just hadn't got it quite to fall yet.
That one missing up and in. So Gibson a chance to dig in with a 3-1 count.
We've talked about, the dam breaking. Rogers has had so many opportunities. Springdale Har-Ber's had them as well, just on a micro scale level of just in at-bats. If they just get put 2 or 3 together, they can make it happen.
And drawing the walk, Dylan Gibson. He's turned it on over the last month or so. His grandfather passed away last week, so we want to wish, thinking of his family during this time for sure. The funeral was the first day of the state tournament, mind you, and so he's going through a lot in the UA Ridge commit.
Yeah, and this was a guy that played last year for him. He's been huge in center field for the Wildcats this year. And Coach Helmkamp talked about the other day. The team went to the funeral. A bonding moment in a tough situation for Gibson.
So now Luke Cornelison stands in with a runner at first base and 2 gone. The power guy, with one swing, he can change things.
Yeah,
4 long balls.
Yeah, we've seen these Wildcat hitters. They're sitting on the spinner, and that's what Helmkamp has told them. Look, hunt the fastball, sit on anything that spins. So they're taking a lot of off speed right now, unless it's in 2-strike count.
He rips that one towards the hole at short. Nice backhand from Loing. Throw to first, offline, but the tag from Barriola, and the inning is over. A nice defensive play from shortstop to first, and Har-Ber unable to scratch anything across in the top of the 5th. Rogers coming to bat, trailing 2-0. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Many people will experience orthopedic or spine issues in their lifetime, and the pain that goes along with that can make you feel, well, like a shadow of yourself. At the new Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, we're dedicated to providing Arkansans with a brighter future they deserve.
After years of dealing with extreme pain, thanks to visiting UAMS Health, I'm able to do things physically that I never thought I'd be able to do again.
Choose UAMS Health for a better state of health.
Arkansas PBS needs to add 2,500 new members by June 30th. If we succeed, we receive a gift of $45,000. We are just over halfway there, but with less than 2 months remaining, we need your help. If you're already a member, thank you. If you're not, your donation moves us one step closer to that $45,000 gift. Visit myarkansaspbs.org and donate today.
Legion Scaffold is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports. Located at 1021 Hemlock Street in North Little Rock, visit legionscaffold.com for more information.
Well, it's 2-0, getting late here in Game 1 of the baseball's state championship weekend here on this Friday. You look at your screen, Mounties have left 9 base runners aboard, and look, they're on the home half, so they've had 1 less at bat than Har-Ber.
Yeah, through at least 2 per inning. You can't win too many ball games doing that.
So it'll be Caleb Champion, Jake Taylor, and Hudson Hennigan due up here in the home half of the 5th inning.
And we'll see how long Moore can go in this game. It'll be interesting to see. He's not used to working too deep into games. They're hoping to get 2 innings out of him and come in with Felder to close, but he's pounding the zone early.
We got some more baseball coming up tonight as well. Very big one. Valley View and Maumelle.
Yeah.
You know the bats at Valley View are unreal, right?
It's going to be one exciting ball game. If you're going to get here early.
The 0-2 swing and a miss, and Champions down on strikes. The Blazer bats, they might be one of the best baseball teams in high school in a long time in the state of Arkansas.
Yeah.
And you know, here's the deal. They've scored at least 1 run in every single game. The lowest game was against Marion. Cohen Bumbaugh threw a gem that day. His father, Timothy Bumbaugh, know them really well. Yeah. That's the kind of, you know, you look at the bats that they have, and to be able to hold them to 1 run, they've scored in every single game this year. They're an absolute powerhouse.
Yeah, and you know, look at the championships we had so far. Yesterday, Taylor beat Westside 10-2. Prairie Grove beat Robinson 5-2 last night. This is the 3rd, so after this one, we're halfway through. But tonight, like I said, if you're going to get here, get early. First pitch scheduled for 7 o'clock. We had over 2,500 here for the 5A title game last year between Valley View and Little Rock Christian. Huge crowd expected tonight, so make sure you get here early.
That's just a lot of fun this whole weekend. I mean, and you can't forget about Maumelle either. First ever state title game. There's a lot of talent on their side.
Yeah, you'll see Razorback commits tonight, Razorback signees, Ole Miss signee, and Slade Caldwell. A lot of talent on the field tonight.
It'll be a rematch between those 2 teams. But back to action here. 3-1 count to Jake Taylor with 1 gone. Gavin Moore, his first full inning of work. He got the last out of the 4th inning with the bases loaded and 2 gone.
And Moore's shown really good command so far. He's just missed on the balls that he's had. Look, that was a 3-1 count, but all 3 pitches he threw that were really close to the plate, and he knows it right there. He could have got him right there after the first pitch strikeout, or first at-bat of the inning was a strikeout. Knew he could go after Taylor right there. He just let it get away from him.
So Payson Jones will be on as a courtesy runner at first. That's the 10th walk of the game. by Har-Ber pitching, and it has not come back to bite them. You don't have that happen often at all.
Usually when you have double-digit walks, and we've seen it in college baseball this season, double-digit walks is not a good recipe for winning baseball games. They've gotten out of it.
Off speed from Moore. A strike to Hudson Hennigan.
Really tight slider right there by Moore. He's going to work that. He tunnels it really well. When we talk about tunneling, when it comes out of his hand, it looks like a fastball because he's throwing it from the exact same spot. It's just coming out, and it's got good late bite to it. There it is.
Boy, that is tough to do anything with. Another swing and miss. Hennigan trying to protect the plate. This is his first time facing Gavin Moore.
Yeah, Moore's got really good off-speed stuff. He threw a changeup. First pitch to a champion this inning. Look how that just falls off the table right there. It looks like a fastball out of the hand. Can't really pick up the spin.
Trying to go back to it again. Hennigan learned his lesson.
Yeah. Really good 0-2 pitch right there. You don't want anything in the zone. You don't want anything in the dirt to get that runner to second base. He did a really good job right there. Really good 0-2 pitch. Now let's see if he comes back in the zone and challenge him a little bit.
3 straight off speed to Hennigan. Curveball again, looped to left center field, but Dylan Gibson got plenty of room for out number 2.
Yeah, went back, same arsenal of pitches that he's had that whole at bat. Knew that, look, if he leaves a fastball up, he might be able to pound it to the outfield right there, but he had no chance to get that slider. Really good job by Moore.
So Ty Robinson batting with a runner at first and 2 gone. At least that's who's scheduled to do up, but we might have a pinch hitter. And indeed we will. Andrew Blankenship, the sophomore, will be penciled into the lineup.
Yeah, Coach Melson said that we may see Blankenship at some point during the game today. Sophomore's done really well for him this year.
Runner at first base, 2 gone. He's coming in a huge spot against Gavin Moore, and first cut looked pretty good.
Yeah. Moore heavy on that slider right now. He's pitching them backwards, basically. That's what he's doing. You know, you see a lot of guys that will establish their fastball and pitch off of that. Moore is going backwards. He's going the opposite way, establishing the slider and then pitching and throwing his fastball off his slider.
Foul tip again.
Yep.
It's tough to do much with that.
Yeah, and these Rogers hitters are guessing right now. They're outmatched. Moore has really good stuff. This is a guy that will pitch at the Division I level after he gets done at Crowder.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out to end the inning. Robinson chasing the high fastball, and Gavin Moore with the first full inning of work looked pretty good. On to the top of the 6th. The Wildcats lead it 2-0. You're watching the 6A State Baseball Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
It's prime time on your time. Get more of your primetime favorites each weekday starting at 1:30 following our PBS Kids programs. Catch up on all the programs you love, including Exploring Arkansas, Nature, Antiques Roadshow, Arkansas Week, British Favorites, Mysteries, and more, beginning at 1:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. See the full schedule and all the ways to watch at myarkansaspbs.org/watch. Sustaining membership is an easy, convenient, and affordable way for you to support the programs you love on Arkansas PBS. Sustaining members make an ongoing monthly contribution from either their checking account or credit card. Simply choose the monthly amount that fits your budget, and then call or go online and we'll set it up for you. Your donation will happen automatically each month, so your support will always be current. Need to make a change to your monthly gift? Just call or email us. You're always in control. Knowing we can count on a certain amount of revenue each month helps Arkansas PBS better plan for the future. Call or go online to start your sustaining membership right now.
Let me take you for a ride on the baseline.
As the official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for Razorback Athletics, UAMS Health provides orthopedic care, sports medicine expertise, therapy, and support to athletic programs, organizations, and events across the state. UAMS Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine with conveniently located clinics in Central or Northwest Arkansas.
Jake Taylor out for the 6th inning. His team trailing 2-0. He was back in the 3rd. That's when the Wildcats scratched across a couple of runs. We'll have a stoppage of play.
Helm Camp asking if that was on the swing or the pitch. And looks like Hewitt called it on the pitch. That's what he was getting clarification on.
Brady Smith, the hitter standing in for the Wildcats. 4-5-6 due up in the inning for Har-Ber. We could take a moment, talk about the players that have built the foundation across both of these programs. You got a guy made it at the professional level for Rogers, Travis Trammell, went to UALR, and then Brett DeAmico, Timmy Seldumridge.
Yeah.
I know you know plenty of others,
Hayden
Kevin.
Cade, Seldumridge, yeah.
Mason
I played
Griffin.
against Travis Trammell, and Patrick Woodruff was a part of that 99-98 team who passed away this past year. Really good team. That Rogers team was gorilla ball personified. In the semifinal, we beat them in the semifinals in '99. Trammell hit one on top of the gym at Pulaski County Field. It was a 475 shot. That team, they get off the bus, they look like a college team.
And then for Har-Ber, there's plenty. Blake Adams, Cooper Dossett, Clark Jenkins, Ethan Fender, Brock Kimball, Sam Stevenson, Logan Leitner, Kirby Jenkins, Landon McAllister, yada, yada. There's plenty more.
Yeah, Landon Mack, he was a 2019 grad. And Marcus Brown, who went to Shiloh Christian, actually started at Springdale Har-Ber before he transferred. Of course, went to play for Oklahoma State. Great career, all Big 12 in the Washington Nationals organization right now. And Blake Adams is having a good career in pro ball after going to Kansas State.
Payoff to Smith. Taylor gets the best of him, swing and a miss, and that's the first out of the inning.
Yeah, only the 2nd strikeout of the game for Taylor. We knew he was going to be pitching to a lot of contact today. Really good pitch right there. Upper zone, upper quadrant, inside part of the plate. It was tough to get on top of that ball.
A few other Har-Bers that we want to mention. Houston Pruitt, 2010 grad for Arkansas. Jeff Zachary, Austin Jones, Tyler Ridley, and Walker Smith. But, you know, one thing I've noticed throughout here, especially of late, because of the way the game has grown in the state of Arkansas, it seems like you've got more players on each of these rosters, especially over the last 23, 22 class, that committed to play at the collegiate level.
Yeah, exactly. And we talked about it. We had over 80, close to 90 players in the 24 class that have signed. And it's just going to get more. More JUCOs are available in the state, and you get more opportunity for these young men. The advent of showcase baseball and summer legion ball, which is really making a comeback in the state, which is good for baseball at every level.
Yeah, it only helps everybody. Braden Sprague.
Really good changeup right there.
Out in front of the off speed. There's Taylor really has pitched well.
Yeah.
That 3rd inning, just a couple of speed bumps.
Yeah.
But the biggest difference is his control's been better. It's that the Mountie bats have just not been able to get a hit.
That's right.
1-2. Poked into left center, but not going to get over the head of the shortstop, Zach Long, and that's out number 2.
Yeah, great job right there, staying down in the zone. Sprague did a good job of hitting. He just didn't have enough on it. Just didn't stay behind it enough. Got out too far on his front foot and just threw his hands, just didn't quite get it down. See him get extended out on his front foot right there. Sprague knows, and he's gotten to be a much more disciplined hitter than, you know, when he was as a sophomore. He's going to have a good career in college.
Here's a guy in Caleb Smith. There's a really big story on Caleb Smith. Kevin, you know a lot about that.
Yeah, you know, his dad, you know, fought with, you know, kidney disease, had a kidney transplant. Caleb had to take care of his family. He had to step up, you know, big situation. Came back this year, and see him right there, pops one up. But big situation for Caleb Smith. His dad's doing a lot better right now. He's recovered situation. So, you know, Caleb Smith, I can't help but be a fan of that young man.
Pops up to short to end the inning, so Taylor works a 1-2-3 frame once again. To the bottom of the 6th we head. It's getting late. 6A state title game continues here in just a moment.
Civics education empowers us to be well-informed, active citizens and gives us the opportunity to change the world. Our educators have created tools for parents and teachers to help guide and engage children through the civics process during this election year. Discover ways to talk with your child about being a good citizen and how you can explore elections together with resources available at myarkansaspbs.org/civics.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
I was actually right behind Jimi Hendrix's bell bottom there.
So the 70s fashion blocked your head out of this photo.
Exactly.
From bondage to battle.
What do you make of him?
It changes the game for my family.
I wish the American public understood war the way warriors understand war.
It's not just another job. You're going in a hot area and someone's going to die.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
1, 2, 3, turn up! Whoa. It's going up in here! Let's go!
If you love seeing these high school sports championships live, if you love seeing me and JB also on demand, please consider making a gift today to Arkansas PBS. Let's keep these games on for our high school student athletes for high school soccer, baseball, softball, and football championships throughout the year.
Well, I can tell you right now, they're not going to go on demand to see me.
That's right.
I can assure you that. But it's been a fun day of baseball. Game 1 here on day 2. Championship weekend, Har-Ber and Rogers for the 6A state title game. It's been the Wildcats that have scratched together enough hits. Luke Cornelison, the starting pitcher for Har-Ber, went 3 2/3 innings, faced 19 batters through 3 2/3 and did not give up a run, had 9 walks, a hit by pitch, and 4 strikeouts. Gave way to Gavin Moore, who's on the bump right now. He's gone an inning and a third. He's looked good. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, only 5 batters faced. He'll deal to Aiden Linson, the 8-hole hitter for Rogers.
Yeah, we talked about the power arms, the difference in pitching staffs between Har-Ber and Rogers. Har-Ber has the power arms, Rogers being more crafty with the lefties. And you can see the difference right here. Moore has come in and started pounding the strike zone, establishing the slider and the fastball. Really good pitch right there just off the corner of the plate.
And as a pitcher and a coach, you love that. You could take that miss all day. It's just a good setup. Bring it over a little bit more, you get the strike, but you also have the chance for him to chase that.
Exactly. That's what you want.
1-1 to Linson. That one.
That's in there.
It's tough. Down, outer part of the plate.
Yeah, you can't do much with that. The only thing you can do with that is beat it into the ground on the right side of the infield. And a really good pitch by Moore right there. Let's see if he goes back to it or if he establishes the fastball up in the zone.
When Moore gets going, he's almost unhittable. Just a little bit out.
Just out, yeah. Went back with the fastball right there, and he's asking you, look, great job by Hewitt behind the plate. You know, pitchers are going to ask so they know where was it at, you know, without, you know, being confrontational about it. Great job by Moore right there. He just want to know, was it a little out, which it was.
2-2 up and in, little overpowering for Moore. Might have lost a little bit there. Counts full.
Yeah, that's the only time Moore has really been, you know, where he's lost it a little bit is up in the zone, where he's had a couple pitches that he's meant to go there.
Now he goes down and in, misses there, and he gives up the free pass, the leadoff walk, number 11 on the day by a Wildcat pitching staff.
Kind of handcuffed Chola right there. Fastball had a little bit more tail than what Chola's used to. Got a courtesy runner coming in for Linson. Guys have been busy today.
That sure has. Boy, and I'm sure he'd like to cross the plate once or twice.
Yeah.
Ball just a fastball missing down and in. More on that previous fastball. He was trying to miss up, but lost a little too much. And then I think coming back, just couldn't find the zone. Squaring to bunt, Bryson McIntosh takes down and in.
Yep, now you're going to get a situation. Look, they're playing for 1 run at a time here. They're only down 2. They got 6 outs to work with, so wouldn't be surprised you see bunt right here. You saw a partial square right there on the first pitch. See if they can move him over.
Mounties will at least get the meat of their order up again before the ball game ends, as that pitch to McIntosh popped up back to the pitcher for out number 1.
Really kind of surprised right there. Of course, McIntosh has walked both times he's been up today, that they did not bunt the runner over, especially with the top of the lineup. You got your best hitters in Lawing, Watson, and Barriola coming up. Would have been a good situation right there to see if they can get him over at least to second base.
How about Aiden Linson over at, well, he's not at first now because Vokes the courtesy runner, but 3 straight at-bats with walks.
Yeah.
Been on base every time. Top of the lineup now, Zach Loing takes a curveball strike to begin.
Yeah, Moore doing a really good job establishing that slider on that first pitch, which we've seen ever since he's come into the game 2 innings ago.
Lawing's 0 for 1, a walk, a hit by pitch, and a fly out to center. It's hard to believe, 6th inning already, 5 1/3 for Har-Ber pitching, and they've got a no-hitter.
That's exactly right. And they had, of course, the top of the lineup, they haven't seen him yet, so this is new territory for Lawing and Watson.
Skies that one into center field. Gibson coming in, makes the catch. 2 are gone. Now quickly, Rogers down to their final 4 outs of the season.
Yeah, leadoff walk. Not being able to do anything with it right now. We knew, talking about at the outset of the broadcast, look, this wasn't going to be a Rogers team that was going to put up a ton of runs. They're used to winning games 4-1, 3-0, situations like that. So they have to produce runs by playing small ball, opportunistic baseball, running the base paths. They've had the chances, just haven't capitalized on it.
Well, if you go back, if McIntosh was able to move the runner up, that sky to center likely is deep enough to move him to third, potentially. Regardless, the biggest problem has been not getting a base hit.
That's exactly right.
Jacob Watson with an 0-1 count takes strike 2, and he'll have to protect.
Yeah, perfect pitcher's pitch right there, right on the black, maybe a little off of it, but that's a great pitch right there by Moore. They're going to go right back to it. They're going to go down and away.
The 0-2, down and away.
Great
Good
pitch.
take from Jacob Watson, able to lay off. That's a pitcher's pitch.
That's a veteran take right there. I don't care if he is a sophomore. That was a great take. You know, you've seen that a lot of times. Picking up spins, huge. He picked it up right there.
Barriola waits in the on-deck circle. He'll have to wait longer. Strike 3 called. The smile from Gavin Moore. He knew it. And he's 3 outs away from a win. Wildcats coming to bat on the other side, but take a look at this.
Great pitch right here. Center cut, knee high. Chola knew it, Moore knew it right away. That's what you want right there. Beautiful pitch for strike 3.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
There's this extraterrestrial quality to sperm whales.
Join me, and together we'll turn back the pages of Earth's past to reveal the amazing wonders beneath our feet.
There's a lot more going on behind the scenes than you might expect.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app. This month on Arkansas PBS.
Just as a radio station is getting popular,
You know Peggy writes to that station twice weekly.
the DJ is electrocuted on the air.
I'm a woman alone, newly arrived in a dangerous town.
During a chess match, one of the competitors dies.
Lab found significant traces of poison on the White Queen.
But the team can't figure out how the killer did it.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
We never gonna stop.
Parents and fans, get your live action photos from the game at myarpbs.org/photos. Grab free downloads, have prints made. These are great championship keepsakes for your student athletes.
It's been a fun one thus far to the 7th. As the Wildcats do up, trying to add some insurance against Jake Taylor. It'll be Chola, Dyer, and Altum. Ross Felder bats if anyone reaches. Taylor's pitched well, quite frankly, but he's in line to get the loss right now.
Bottom of the lineup today, Dyer and Altum were the ones that scored the runs. Altum with one of the 2 hits for the Wildcats today.
Taylor's line, 6th inning pitched, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. But if you,
that's a typical line for Jake Taylor throughout the year. Yeah, you can't ask him to do much more from the sophomore. He's had back-to-back performances in the state tournament against Bryant in the semifinals and this one, where you couldn't ask him to do much more.
0-2 to Chola. Pushes that one to left center field. Could be trouble on his horse. McIntosh flashing the leather once again. He's got some good range out there in left, and he got up on his giddy up and tracked it down.
Yeah, McIntosh, good speed, but better angles out there. That's the thing. And that's a tough catch for a left-hander like McIntosh is out there. He's catching that over his right shoulder right there. That's exactly what you want. Perfect angle to the ball. Nice flip, too.
Smooth like butter.
Smooth like butter.
So Davis Dyer steps in now, 0 for 1 today with a walk. He scored the first run of the game for Har-Ber back in the 3rd inning. And if that run holds, it'll be the difference in the game. Taylor delivers 0-1, fouled at the plate, and now Dyer's in the hole 0-2. Looking ahead to the 9th for Rogers, it'll be Barriola, Champion, and Taylor, 3, 4, and 5. So they'll have the right guys coming out.
That's exactly right. They can get out of this one unscathed.
0-2, that one's charged to center field, but it's pretty deep out there in center. Champion, no problems, 2 away.
Anything up in the air, that was hit well, but it's just going to die out there. That's a graveyard.
It is.
Yeah, it is a graveyard out there. You just don't see many balls get out of the center field ball. Now, we've got some guys coming up tonight that can get it out. Now, will they? Probably not, but it'll be interesting to see.
If there's going to be a home run ball in this weekend, it's going to be tonight. Yeah. Luke Altum, 1 for 2 today. One of the 2 hits. He and Felder, 9 and 1. How about that from your 9 spot?
That's right. That's what you want. We talked about it earlier in the game. Helmkamp thinks this guy can play at the Division I level, even though he's a young guy.
Takes a strike from Jake Taylor. Well, and we've talked about it a little bit, but Taylor's outie today, just as usual. He's been great, but his
low pitch count, he's in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pitching efficiently. Really had just some slight problems, and I'd argue that it was just better hitting than it was bad pitching in that inning.
Exactly. Yeah, he hadn't made too many mistakes today. The one to Felder was, maybe a little center cut, but, the show bunt right there.
Going to put it down. Altum back to the pitcher. Jones, no problem, throws to first, and he works another 1, 2, 3 inning. 6 of the 7 innings this game has been a 1, 2, 3 frame for Taylor. The one crooked number was 2 in the 3rd. It's going to be up to the Mountie Bats, so they're going to be able to come back. Har-Ber looking for back-to-back state titles. When we come back, you're watching the 6A State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
Get ready as Bridget, Julia, and the rest of the gang explore new recipes and cooking techniques.
We're all storytellers. You tell stories of our people through music.
I'm diving deep into one of Mexico's most storied, vibrant states, Yucatan.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app.
Arkansas PBS needs to add 2,500 new members by June 30th. If we succeed, we receive a gift of $45,000. We are just over halfway there, but with less than 2 months remaining, we need your help. If you're already a member, thank you. If you're not, your donation moves us one step closer to that $45,000 gift. Visit myarkansaspbs.org and donate today.
For a copy of any of the state championship games, go to mnmproductions.net to place your order. Mason Woolbright and his team do an outstanding job for every state championship game. That's mnmproductions.net to place your order.
Yeah, he and Matt Johnson both do an incredible job.
Yeah, I've known Mason since he was 13, 14, coached his older brother, Jaden.
Well, here we go. Bottom of the 7th. It all comes down to this. Gavin Moore trying to close things out for the Wildcats. Reese Barriola 0 for 3 today. Just popped down on a bunt attempt, struck out looking, and grounded out to first on a well-struck ball, mind you, and a big opportunity with the bases loaded.
Yeah, Barriola, of course, struck out in the 6th inning. Or excuse me, yeah, we're up right here. Let's see.
1-1, swing and a miss. The bottom fell out of that one, Kevin. That was good stuff.
Champion right there, just kind of confused on that one. That was a really good changeup. That's Barriola, excuse me. Sorry about that. Had it wrong right there.
So Barriola going to have to protect the plate 1 and 2. It was Cornelison giving way to Moore. Strike 3 called on the delayed attempt from home plate umpire Ian Truitt, and Barriola is rung up.
Second time Barriola's faced him, and that could have been a delayed call, but it could have been voice and then signal. A lot of the times that's what you'll see from a lot of experienced guys. Let's check it out right there. Boom. You say he said it right there. So, yeah, maybe a little hesitation, but right there.
It's a good pitch.
It's a good pitch.
Ian Hewitt, our home plate umpire, giving the call. So now the Mounties down to their final 2 outs. And the Wildcats 2 outs away from back-to-back state titles. Caleb champion with an 0-1 count. Pops it up foul. Will it stay in play? Richardson and Cornelison give chase. Or that's Felder over at third. Run out of room.
Yeah, they slid Felder over, took Richardson out.
So now champion will have to protect down in the count 0-2. Ever since Gavin Moore has come in, he has been lethal.
Yeah, Moore, he's been the X factor so far.
0-2, nice job by champion to foul it off and stay alive.
That was a great pitch, great 0-2 pitch right there. Champion battling it off just like we've seen these Rogers hitters do all day long. Wouldn't surprise me if he goes up in the zone right here.
Strike 3 called again. Caleb champion froze on the heater. And the Wildcats are 1 out away from back-to-back state titles.
Good sequence of pitches right there. You see he slowed him down on the pitch before. Perfect inside part of the black. That's an easy call for Hewlett right there. Beautiful pitch.
And so now Jake Taylor, the starting pitcher for the Mounties, represents the last hope. We'll have a stoppage of time. We'll play umpire.
Hewlett calling time. He's bringing the umpires in. That's Derek Lewis, the third base umpire. Of course, Dennis Marshall, the first base umpire.
What are they talking about, Kevin?
You guys have done a great job. We didn't see it up on our screen. We were checking the replay, trying to see if maybe looking at a quick pitch right there, that may have been what Melson was talking about. Melson, of course, walking down to talk to Hewlett right now. I think that's what he was asking for. Maybe it was a quick pitch.
So it looks like the count's 1-0.
For a pitch to be legal, all 3 entities have to be set. That's the umpire, the catcher, and the pitcher right there. You know, Coach Melson's wanting to give his guys every chance possible right now. That's speculation. That's just what I could see.
Moore delivers to Taylor. Misses up and away. Rogers trying to find a way. They've been walked 11 times.
That's the difference between Moore and Cornelison. Moore has worked ahead of hitters, and that's been huge.
It's paid off, no question about it. Cornelison walking 9 batters in the ball game. Moore walked 2. There's also been a hit by pitch. 12 free passes given to the Mounties, but they've not been able to capitalize. That might do it. Fly to left field. Braden Sprague, he camps under it.
No hitter.
Har-Ber are back-to-back state champions.
Springdale Har-Ber, their 3rd state championship since 2018. A combined no-hitter for Luke Cornelison. Gavin Moore coming in out of the bullpen. Braden Sprague gets the last out as a senior. What a performance by these Springdale Har-Ber Wildcats, ending the season 30-5, JB.
The best feeling, the best scene in baseball, the dog pile. And Har-Ber wins their 3rd state title in school history. On the backs of Cornelison and Moore, the combined no-hitter, as you mentioned, Springdale Har-Ber, your 6A state champs. We'll step aside and we'll show you the trophy presentation. Final stats on the other side of the break. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family owned, customer friendly. Family owned, no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. Buckle up, everybody!
When you choose Conway Regional, you're choosing a healthcare partner rooted in your community. With 9 primary care locations in 5 counties, we believe in building lasting relationships centered on trust and personalized care. Let our family care for yours.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car, to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Southern Loft is a proud sponsor of Arkansas PBS. It is our mission to tell your story by adding color with our furniture. And that's why Southern Loft is a different kind of furniture store. For more information, go to mysouthernloft.com.
I'll do whatever it takes to protect my family, and part of taking care of them is using a bank that takes care of us. That's why I use Centennial Bank, a strong institution for an uncertain economy. I know them and I trust them. They have a strong financial foundation, which means that my money and our future is never in doubt. Life is busy, and there's plenty of things to worry about. My bank isn't one of them.
Centennial Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At the new Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, we are dedicated to providing Arkansans with a brighter future they deserve.
Thanks to UAMS Health, I'm now pain-free, and I'm planning my next big trip.
Vaping costs over $1,500 a year. So if you vape, there goes that new gaming system. Or that new mountain bike. Escape the vape. Learn more about the hazards of vaping at projectpreventar.org.
Attention sports enthusiasts, get ready to be amazed by Summerwood Sports Complex, the new state-of-the-art facility in Bryan. Our facility offers up to 4 courts spread across 2 spacious gyms, conveniently located off Interstate 30 in Bryan. Whether you're a team seeking tournament glory or an individual looking to elevate your skills, Summerwood Sports has got you covered. Discover more about our cutting-edge facility and check availability at summerwoodsports.com.
We never gonna stop.
It was the 3rd meeting between Har-Ber and Rogers and the Wildcats. Win it in the game that mattered most. Did you see the trophy presented to your 6A state champions here at 2024? JB Brazil alongside Kevin Bohannon. Boy, a thriller. It was a 2-0 finish. Har-Ber, the pitching staff walked 11 batters, hit a batter as well, and threw a combined no-hitter. They win it 2-0. It was the 3rd inning where all the action happened, and we'll let Kevin run you through it.
Yeah, you go to the 3rd inning, you had a big base hit by Ross Felder right there, drove in the first run of the game, had bases loaded, drew a walk right here. Dyer and Altum scored in the inning, and then it was all Cornelison and Gavin Moore from there. You can see a strikeout right there. Good inside fastball, and that was in the last inning right there. Champion caught looking. Gavin Moore was absolutely nails. And then you see the last out of the game, fly ball to left field. Braden Sprague, senior, gets it. No. And the Wildcats are back-to-back state champions for Class 6A.
It was a thriller from the onset. Offense was not happening in a plenty, but Har-Ber's, the pitching was the better team today.
Yeah, pitching and defense, that's a lot of high school baseball right there, especially when you're playing in a big place like UCA. You're not going to see a lot of home runs. They were just effective, and, you know, hats off to Rogers. Great season. They end the season 27-4. Har-Ber just a little bit better today.
Well, we got 2 more games on tap. Stick around for the 6A softball final as Har-Ber trying to go for the sweep in the 6A baseball and softball championships. They'll face off against Bentonville. Stick around for that. Dorian Kraft and Sydney Parlee, 2 of the best in the business on the call. Coming up at the top of the hour, 4 o'clock with a 4:05 first pitch. That's going to do it for us today, though. Final score, Har-Ber 2-0 over Rogers in a combined no-hitter. For my partner, Kevin Bohannon, and the rest of our Arkansas PBS sports crew, JB Brazil saying so long from Bear Stadium. We'll see you next time. You've been watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.